All right, fans, we will begin our broadcast tonight coming up here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes before we begin tonight's broadcast on highschoolcube.com. Whoop, a little bit loud there. Okay, there we go. All right, 2 minutes.
The internet was cold.
All right, fans, 1 minute until we begin our broadcast tonight. 1 minute before the call of tonight's game, right here on highschoolcube.com, powered by Audio Sports Online.
Visit myindianafootball.com today.
Presented by highschoolcube.com, powered by Audio Sports Online, and on the airwaves in Brownsburg on XRB 1610 AM. Radio Brownsburg. Brownsburg Varsity Football is on the air. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Kendall, coming to you live tonight from Ben Davis High School, where the Bulldogs, with a record of 9-1, will visit the Ben Davis Giants, 8-2 on the year in sectional action. Very pleased to be joined tonight by Brown Township trustee, the dignitaries. They just keep rolling out on our broadcast. Troy Weimer. Troy, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for being a part of the ball game.
Thank you, Rob. It's great to be here. It is a phenomenal night for football on the west side of Indianapolis here in this great facility at Ben Davis High School on 10th Street, and the band is starting to assemble. The crowd is here. We're about 13 and a half minutes or so, for about 13 minutes from kickoff, and everybody, I think, a lot of energy in the facility. Everybody's excited about this game.
Well, we also want to thank Rick Mullis, who will be on camera tonight, as well as Shane Ray back in the XRB studio. So don't forget, you can watch tonight's ball game as well as listen to it. Whatever you want to do to enjoy Bulldog football. And the Bulldogs, as we said, a record of 9-1, co-conference champions of the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, along with the Avon Orioles and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Of course, each beating each other, Troy, this year. It was fair and balanced.
A very interesting situation that comes about. Every once in a while you have co-champions with two people at the top of a conference, but having three schools, each one that beat each other during the conference play, to have that three-way share of the title is very rare, making for an interesting sectional and a road to the state championship for sure.
The Bulldogs with a big win, 28-0 at home last week against the Braves of Terre Haute South. Ben Davis 8-2, so statistically Brownsburg with the better record, but Troy, you look at the two teams Ben Davis lost to, close games against both Carmel and Warren Central, 1A and 1B in Indiana high school football, so Ben Davis right there at number 3.
Absolutely. Ben Davis is really only about 2 plays away from having being undefeated at this point in time. I think they would classify both their losses as disappointing. Maybe even the loss against Warren Central is a little bit heartbreaking.
Yeah, and of course we want to welcome and thank some other people tonight. Jason Dozier back in the Audio Sports Online studios. Also want to thank, as we mentioned, Shane Ray, Larry Cotter, and all the folks at highschoolcube.com. Thank you at home for listening. I want to thank John Easter, the radio guru out here, the head of the Ben Davis radio department, for helping us get set up. Certainly always appreciate John helping us out. And we also want to thank Greg Hill and the entire athletic staff at Brownsburg High School for all their help throughout the year. And it should be pointed out, Troy, you work like right down the road from here, right?
I do. I'm a firefighter here on the west side of Indianapolis. There is a fire station right outside the back door here. That's not where I'm stationed at. But I'm in this neighborhood a lot on a professional on my professional duties. It's good to be here on some recreational duties as well.
The Bulldogs will, of course, look to put out the fire tonight. That is the Ben Davis Giants. And let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, including Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, offering private suites for short-term rehabilitation. Their nursing department at Brownsburg offers care for your loved one as you would care for them when you need short-term rehabilitation or someone in your family needs long-term care. Come to the people who care for you. Call them today, 852-3123. Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation, 1010 Hornaday Road in Brownsburg, and the Brahman Law Offices. There's a lot of legal issues you're going to have to work out in life, and the Brahman Law Offices on Main Street in Brownsburg can help. They're specialists with will preparation, prenuptial agreement, and can even handle divorce cases. Brahman Law Offices, 128 Main Street in Brownsburg. Call them for all your legal needs, no matter what they are, at 858-5000, 858-5000. Rick, go ahead and hit your white button. There you go. Good work. He's such a bright young guy. We even got the students involved. And, of course, we remind everybody tonight's broadcast being broadcast on highschoolcube.com as well as Jerry Baker just popped in and asked me a question. How about that? Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, highschoolcube.com, and we have a replay of it that will be available coming up tomorrow. So if you want to watch, hopefully, what amounts to a big victory for the Bulldogs, you can tune that in anytime and hear Troy Weimer, who was a broadcasting student, right?
I was a broadcast student at Vincennes University, and it's been a long time. I was thinking about on the drive here, 20 years to date myself. I'm 39, so it's been about 20 years since I've been in the booth doing any work like this. Spent some time in the booth doing basketball, high school basketball in Southwest Indiana, and also some university basketball games. I really enjoyed it, and it's glad to be back. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, and we're pleased everybody's tuning in tonight, wherever you're tuning in from, whether you're watching online, highschoolcube.com, or listening on XRB 1610 AM Radio Brownsburg. Troy, you know, we've talked a lot about the Bulldogs team this year, and this is really the first time since 1995 Brownsburg has a team that a lot of people feel like could be the eventual state champions.
I'd agree with that. That being said, the path to Lucas Oil Stadium is certainly not an easy one. It starts tonight. This is a strong Ben Davis football team. They're very athletic, and they have a lot of speed. Maybe you compare that to Brownsburg. Brownsburg's setup is a little more run the football, a little more grind the football out, not relying so much on that speed element. This is a very good football team in Ben Davis and a very worthy opponent. So no walk in the park for the Bulldogs tonight, but I really feel like they're up to the challenge. It's going to be a great game.
Other game going on, we have this broadcast for you as well, is those aforementioned Avon Orioles. They are at Pike tonight. Aaron Steffi and his crew out there making the call of the game. And we also, of course, we cover Hamilton Southeastern as well. Jay Baker out there at Hamilton Southeastern High School as the Royals take on Westfield. That's all we got left, Troy.
That's it.
The rest of them went down.
Everybody else is gone.
Zionsville went down to Ben Davis last week, and Plainfield bit the big one against Ron Colley.
Exactly.
So we are down to 3, and we could very well be down to just a few after tonight. Of course, everybody in Hendricks County hoping for a Brownsburg-Avon sectional final. And before we talk more about that, we'll rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Respect your flag, and to those who have perished defending our flags by being quiet or singing along, standing at attention and by removing your hat. We appreciate your support of Wayne Township values. At this time, singing the national anthem is Ben Davis High School choir student Morgan Barnett.
Bright stars
All right, so there you go. The playing of the national anthem. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from Ben Davis High School, where the Brownsburg Bulldogs are visiting the Ben Davis Giants. One of the premier matchups tonight, Troy, in the state of Indiana. And surprisingly, Brownsburg may actually have more fans here than Ben Davis.
You took the words right out of my mouth during the national anthem. At the end there, I took a little look around the facility, and it appears that Brownsburg has traveled well, as they say, and at this point in time has outdrawn Ben Davis on their home field. A lot of purple around there. If you take that D off the middle of the field, the Bulldogs may feel like they're at home.
Yeah, you're right. I know we were just commenting before the game with the aforementioned John Easter that you look at Ben Davis's field, and it is better than a lot of college fields, especially here in central Indiana.
It is a great facility, and you look to the north of the facility, and you have the facilities down there with the Ben Davis Football National Championship in 1991, and the 7 state championships from 87, 91, 02, all the way up at 88, 99, 90, and 2001. A lot of history here in Ben Davis, and it's going to be a great football game tonight.
All right, let's also thank Westside Plumbing. When plumbing problems arise, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they'll be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing. 445-8399, 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County. 445-8399. I'm going to turn those over to you, I think.
That's fine. I'll be the ad reader. Not a problem.
So the Ben Davis Band is, well, they're not on the field. But the
band is not on the field.
They're working.
Make that call.
They're working hard, as opposed to us, Troy, who are hardly working.
Exactly.
We also, a selfish program note, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., XRB Radio, I will be on the Plain Speaking Town Council show with Shane Ray.
As well you should.
I lost the bet, and I think next year that becomes my job for the Town Council. The shows are getting more entertaining now, I'll tell you that much.
I would imagine that. And as always, I'd be glad to join you at any time.
Yes, that would be wonderful. That way you can say, because you say controversial things like that.
I do.
You'll take some of the blame. Shane and I talk about the budget that was nearly not passed.
Right.
We also discuss bringing firearms into the town hall.
Yes.
And amongst other things. So you can now legally bring firearms into town hall.
Yeah.
So
change of state law.
Change of state law. So we'll talk about that and a whole bunch more. So again, tomorrow 10 a.m. the Plain Speaking show on XRB Radio. Ben Davis on the field. Ben Davis, for those of you watching on High School Cube, can see this, but of course those of you listening on XRB Radio cannot. They will be the home team on the scoreboard, wearing the road purple, silver pants, silver helmets. The Bulldogs of Brownsburg, who will come on momentarily, they will be the visitors. They'll wear the road whites with purple helmets and purple letters and numbers. So a lot of purple, Troy.
Maybe too much purple, if you could get right down to it. It is everywhere. Both sides of the field, on the field, cheerleaders on both sides, banners, everything.
Did you play sports?
I did. Never played organized football in my life, believe it or not. I played baseball and basketball most of my life, baseball mostly, but always had a lot of affection for this game and a lot of good friends and relatives that played it. Always been a fan of the sport.
We should point out, I was asking because, Brownsburg has one of those blow-up tents as well, and the smoky chalk that comes out when the folks run out of it, and so I just was, I don't remember having those when I was in school.
I never had the privilege of running out of the tunnel, as they say.
All right, Rick, I think those guys are going to come out that way, so just put the camera there at midfield. I don't think they're... Oh, there they are. Rick's on it. Okay, Rick's got it. That's why Rick is the camera guy. Of course, Rick is a student at Brownsburg High School, so we're getting the school involved in the process, which is, well, it's quite frankly what we do, Troy.
Yes, exactly.
We get everyone involved.
Offer the educational opportunity for the students in Brownsburg.
That's just how it works. So the Bulldogs will be coming onto the field here, and here they come, the Bulldogs of Brownsburg. All white uniforms.
To what I would describe, Rob, as a greater rousing ovation than the home team received when they came on the field.
Yeah, now we should point out to our fans, normally when we do these games on High School Cube, we have a hardwired internet source. Here we are relying on our wireless internet card, so we may have a service disruption from time to time. If you get that, don't worry. We got it under control. We'll get it fixed and get it back on. But a new thing for us here tonight as well. And always when dealing with technology, trying to figure out little caveats that make life interesting. So if that happens, don't panic. Just keep to keep things on, and we will get it fixed ASAP. Not too much of a delay if that happens. I've already experienced it tonight, Troy. So well, I was here at 2:30. Not really.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Not quite.
We're completely prepared to ad-lib, but not make up things that are going on.
That's right. So. That's right. Okay, so the Bulldogs are now getting very close to joining the Giants at midfield for the coin toss. And, they have celebrities in the NFL that do the coin toss. They don't have that here.
No, they don't. And you would think that if they needed some, surely we could find some.
Well, I was thinking like Kennedy Ballard could troll out,
nice.
For the ceremonial
at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, well, there goes the chopper.
That'd be fine as long as they didn't break into a debate. It would be.
Well, that's because they had old Hamilton and Berkman at the Cowboys.
Another jewel in the crown, if you will, for this sporting community in Indianapolis and all the great things that we do with sports.
Hey, great job, Troy. So for those of you that will watch this on the archive, you got Troy's summation there of life in Brownsburg. As we said, these wireless carts appear to be on a timer of sorts. So I'm going to call Verizon on Monday and find out if they actually do that, because they seem to be actually disconnecting at the same time, almost as if on cue. So maybe that. But hey, either way, we're back. We're ready to go, and it is high school football du jour here. The Bulldogs will receive the ball first, and again, the Giants will be kicking away. I'm going to steal a roster from you there, Troy.
There you go.
All right.
There's one for you.
All right. Dutra and Reagan back to receive the kick, and we have a whistle before the game is even underway. And a penalty flag is down.
Again, a lot of energy in the stadium tonight on both sides of the field before the opening kickoff. Probably a lot of butterflies out there. Somebody got jumping on the kickoff.
Yeah, how do you jump off sides on the kickoff, Troy?
Well, truth be told, you're probably 17 years old and a little nervous. That's probably how.
Andrew Cashman is the kicker for the Ben Davis Giants. And
I got to tell you, I'm real impressed with Brownsburg's intensity so far. The players on the field are really excited about this. Amped up, as they like to say. A lot of body movement out there. The student body's involved. The sidelines engaged. And I think both sides of the football are ready for this game tonight.
Right, and as you said, Troy, couldn't ask for much more from the travel from the Brownsburg Bulldogs here tonight, as Cashman will kick it away. It's a high end over end kick. It's taken and now fumbled by Dutra, and he will fall on the ball at about the 19-yard line.
There's those butterflies again. The ball's up in the air. Was that end over end kick? You really got to keep your eye on the ball. Hit him in the chest and the pads. Hit the turf. Did a nice job of keeping it together. Fell on the ball. Brownsburg keeps the football.
All right, so Ian Good is back under center, the junior quarterback. He was unavailable to play last week due to an injury suffered in that Fishers game. And Jacob Lambert, the sophomore, filled in great. But obviously, with a game of this magnitude, Brett Comer going back to the tried and true Ian Good. Beverstock, the lone man in the backfield. Bulldogs flanking two receivers to the right side. Snap. Give. Beverstock, right side, room to run to the 25, to the 30, still going to the 35, and out of bounds across the 40.
A big offensive line gain right there. A huge hole on the right side. Could have drove a truck through it. He makes a great cut, makes that hole on the right side, gets the ball out to past the 40-yard line.
Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from Brownsburg, from Ben Davis High School, where the Brownsburg Bulldogs a 20-plus yard gain on the first play of the game, and they now lead it, or are now heading towards leading it, I should say. Good lead on the first play is what I meant to say, Troy.
They lead in yardage gain from scrimmage.
That's right. Thanks for covering.
No problem.
You see, when Costa sits down, he doesn't have to press any buttons.
He doesn't have to do anything.
He doesn't worry about the connection.
No. He's got a guy in his ear, too.
Beverstock breaks it left side and is across the 45 up near the 47.
I don't think Brownsburg could ask for more than this against this Ben Davis team. 2 plays, almost to midfield. They're at about the 47.5-yard line.
Right, and as you mentioned, Troy, very cautious, wanting to, number one, shorten the game with Ben Davis's explosive offense, and number two, very aware of hanging on to the football and not giving Ben Davis any extra opportunities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good is down under center, taking his time. As we said, the Bulldogs will attempt to run a lot of clock here tonight. There's the give. Beverstock across the 50, still going to the 48, And again, a nice gain. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. Troy, one thing that's interesting is Beverstock was injured a couple of weeks ago, and he is down again. As soon as we said it, Troy, boy, unbelievable. That shoulder was injured, and he is in some serious pain. And this is the absolute worst thing that could have happened to the Browns. I didn't even see him down when I said that. He was injured 3 weeks ago and has seen some limited duty, had seen some cautious duty, although it appears, Troy, maybe like they're grabbing his leg.
It looked to me like the senior got wrapped up, kind of fell backwards on the knee. It's hard. We were kind of blinded from his actual legs when he went down, but it looks like they are tending to maybe the left side of his leg, and he does appear like he's in a substantial amount of pain. Being tended to trainers now.
Well, he's sitting up now, and
stand him up.
Okay, he's going to walk. He's going to run, and he has to leave the game. He did not want to leave, but he does have to leave the game as the state law.
Yeah,
you know about that.
So much for our analogy of him being in an extreme amount of pain, right? It just looked like.
Well, I mean, he looked like.
Yes, he did.
He looked like somebody just, fired a weapon at him or something. I mean, he was down hey, they're, as you said, 17, 18 years old.
Yep.
Double wing formation, good down under center. There's the give, and that is to Welch, the running back, who is the replacement oftentimes for Beverstock. He is very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. Officials will pause for a measurement, Troy, and while they do that, you want to read another one of our fine sponsors there.
What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby. It helps you make your life a little easier. It's State Farm agent Pete Fay. He takes the time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for your child's college education or planning for your retirement, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit Farm Agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield Drive, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Richardson couldn't do that.
He couldn't do that.
And Spencer couldn't either. So you send in the broadcaster. Now it's a quarterback sneak, and I thought they said he got it. The officials then changed their mind, said he didn't, and now a flag comes in late.
They did give him the first down.
They did give him the first down.
Yes, they did give him the first down. So they just
tried to sneak for fun?
Tried to sneak it for fun, a flag down on the field.
Okay, and that's going to be in the area of a personal foul.
Legal man downfield, I believe, on Ben Davis.
I don't know. Unsportsmanlike contact. You can't have an illegal man downfield.
Yeah, you can't. I guess you probably can't, can you?
So 15-yard penalty for the Giants against the Bulldogs. And, okay, we'll take it.
In a game like this, obviously, these are the types of mistakes that either one of these teams can make. Giving up 15 yards a game like this could, at the end of the day, be the difference in the ball game.
10 minutes left to play. First quarter of action. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from Brownsburg, Ben Davis High School, or the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Again, said it again, Troy. And trying to lead it. Reverse give is to Reagan. He got the corner and gets about 2 yards down to the 30. I actually like those white uniforms for the Bulldogs. Normally I don't like white in football.
I agree with you. I took the same approach with the Indiana Hoosiers uniforms at their ball game last Saturday. They chose to wear all white with white helmets at the game at Iowa. And I didn't think I'd like it, but I kind of did start to like them after I watched them for a bit.
Now, you are a Vincennes grad, right?
I am a Vincennes University guy. Yes, I am.
But you root for the Hoosiers.
All the time.
Which is where my degree is from.
Absolutely.
So congratulations.
As is my fiance's.
Thank you.
There you go.
And now I think we're going to get movement on the Giants coming across the neutral zone. So the Bulldogs, with a little trickaroos early on in the Ben Davis penalties, 20 yards now for Ben Davis, has put the Bulldogs in the catbird seat. Here, ball will be moved down to the 26. It's going to put it about 2 yards shy of the first down.
They're going to go with 2nd and 3 balls on the 26 here in the first quarter. Brownsburg doing an excellent job with a little help from the unsportsmanlike penalty on the Giants of keeping control of the ball, moving the ball down the field. We're down to 9 minutes, 11 seconds, and the official's going to take a timeout for an equipment problem with one of the Giants.
So there we go. Looks like we're good to go, whatever that was. And again, the key for the Bulldogs here is to keep the clock running, because the less amount of time the Giants are on the field, obviously, it's sort of like a well-duh statement. But, when you have an offense like that, you definitely want them to not be out there.
Absolutely. They're not apt to do it, but 2nd and 3 here. The Bulldogs run the ball well. Maybe a good time to take a shot down the field.
Now there's the give, and it's Beverstock, and he is very close to the first down. It looks like he did no signal yet.
I think you got it, Rob. First down, referee.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, first down Bulldogs. So moving the chains, and how about that? Keep the focus on the camera, Rick. Focus on the camera. One of these days, Rick, we'll pull you in to do some color commentary, and we will sell it to the masses.
Yeah, absolutely. 1st and 10, balls on the 22 for the Bulldogs.
Good down under center, snap, give, Beverstock breaks it off right tackle inside the 15, down to the 13, and Brownsburg is knocking on the door once again.
Well, a couple of things on that play. One, Brownsburg owns the right side of the line right now. They're running it well on the right side to right of center, and the other thing is Beverstock's got a limp. He's had it since he went down, and he's coming to the sideline right now.
Well, he was very cautious the last 2 weeks of protecting that shoulder at times. And very cautious now of his leg, obviously, with that injury. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do with Welch in the game. Good down under center, 7:50 left to play. First quarter, pitches to Dutra. He'll cut it back, room to run to the 10, to the 5, to the 2, and down at the 1. Just short. Boy, that was close.
They're going to call him down to right about the half-yard line. I got to tell you, though, Rob, it kind of looked like to me he rolled over top of that defender and ended up in the end zone. Of course, don't have the luxury of a replay or challenge in high school football, but Browns are going to get to the line quick nonetheless. 1st and goal.
Sneak and touchdown Bulldogs. Ian Good in from 1 yard out, and Brownsburg leads it 7-0. 7:37 left to play in the first quarter, Troy.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. Some advice to the Ben Davis sideline. They're going to have to figure out their defensive line versus the Brownsburg offensive line because they're getting pushed around the field right now. They also gave the Bulldogs some help with a discipline issue with that 15-yard penalty. Brownsburg doing exactly what they came to do. They're controlling the football. We're 7:37 left in the first, and they're getting ready to go up 7-0 if we can get this extra point in.
All right, here's Dower's kick. It's up. It's good, and the Bulldogs now lead it 7-0. And we will update our scoring mechanism there on High School Cube. It's been updated. You know, that's a neat thing, Troy. If you're watching it, it actually has, we can't see it here because we're monitoring, but for the folks watching at home, a scoreboard. And it has a little running tally there of how people scored and things of that nature. So pretty neat for everyone watching at home. And the Bulldogs now will kick it away for the first time, leading it 7-0 with 7:37 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, we said it once. We'll probably continue to say it as long as they do it because it really is the key to the game for Brownsburg is clock management, owning the ball, staying on the field, keeping Ben Davis's defense out there for a long time, which in turn keeps the speedy offense off of the field. This Ben Davis team is capable of scoring on any play at any time from any yardage whatsoever.
I'm going to need to steal one of those from you now. One of those rosters.
Oh, a roster. You got it. There you go.
You know, a better prepared play-by-play guy would know all these guys' names by heart, but
there's too many of them.
There are.
High school football roster is
75 to 75.
My goodness.
That's the running total, Troy. All right, so it'll be Dowers to kick it away from the 40, and there is John Easter coming in. Of course, John was extremely helpful, helping us out. It's a short kick. Ball is live. It's caught at the just inside the 40 by number 40, and that is Antonio Allen. And a nice catch there, Troy. That ball is sometimes a little tough to pick up and handle.
Yeah, that was a kick that was kicked short, kicked over that first line of people that set up on the receiving team. And that ball stayed in the air for about another 5 or 10 seconds or so. Brownsburg would have had a chance to make a recovery or make a real hard tackle, maybe cause a fumble on that kickoff.
7:33 remaining, first quarter. Down under center is number 7, the quarterback, Matt Brock. Snap, give, and room to run on the right side across the 40 to the 45 across midfield, and a first down on the run, number 25, Lamont Osborne. A nice run there, Troy.
And right there you're going to see the two things we talked about. Brock is a threat for quarterback to do just about anything, throw the football down the field, or keep it, tuck it, and run it. And the running back there makes the right side, uses a lot of speed, and he's almost got out to the sideline. If he gets to the sideline, he might go for a touchdown on that play. They're across midfield.
Quick first down for the Giants. I formation in the backfield. Brock back down under center. Snap, pitch, right side. Osborne cutting it back, room to run across the 45 down to about the 42. And check that. Sorry, there are two 25s. 25 is Tony Allen. It is Osborne. Oh, I knew he'd know. He covers Ben Davis all the time. How do they have 225s? What?
They've got 130 kids.
So Osborne cuts it back inside the 35 and another first down. Boy, Troy, Ben Davis quick off the ball.
Doing exactly what Brownsburg did, but at a little bit of a quicker pace than the Bulldogs are capable of being. We're setting ourselves up for a pretty high-scoring affair here already. 7-0 Bulldogs in the first. We're right about the 7-minute mark.
Bulldogs, 6:56 left to play. They lead it by a touchdown, but Ben Davis driving quickly. Snap, give, and the Bulldogs finally getting some movement near the line. Ball stopped for a short gain of at the 32. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Osborne again, the senior. He's 5'7", 187 pounds. They're running back. Again, a lot of speed, a lot of good athletic ability, good moves. And just to take a note, Beverstock is on his way to the locker room now as we speak with the Brownsburg training facility to get some attention.
There's a give again. Osborne breaks free, and now is nice ankle tackle there by the Bulldogs as now a flag comes in late, and Brownsburg cheering as though that may have again been called on Ben Davis for an unsportsmanlike.
It is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Giants.
Wow.
That's going to push them back 15 yards and is going to make it 2nd and 22. Not a play or decision. The Ben Davis coaching staff is livid walking out onto the field. He's about halfway out to the BD. First quarter score, Avon leads Pike 3-0, Rob.
Don Spencer says hey.
Good to see you. Hi, hey, Don.
Now, we remind everybody, if we do have a disconnection at some point, don't panic. We are expecting those tonight as we are on the wireless internet card. We will get them fixed as we did earlier before the game started. And so don't panic on that if it happens. Avon 3-0, you said.
3-0.
So Ben Davis moved all the way back to the 47-yard line. 2nd and 22. Screen pass caught and dropped. And that was 21, the intended receiver, Chris McGee.
And that ball was really dangerous to being behind the line of scrimmage, and recovery for the Bulldogs on defense there. It's 4th and 22. Ball's on the 47, and the Giants are going to have to kick.
Don is very impressed with your talents and ability.
Oh, well, I'm impressed with some of his, too. So I guess it goes both ways.
It's great. Everybody's getting along.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
Let's see how that is in about March. 5:57 left to play. It'll be Dutra back to receive the kick for the Bulldogs. Snap. There's the kick. It's a nice kick. Dutra telling everybody to get out of the way, makes the fair catch at about the 12-yard line. And that is where the Bulldogs will take over, Troy. Oh, yeah, Troy, have at it.
All right. Show your team spirit your way with the Bulldog checking and debit card. Checks and checkbook cover, plus for every account open. And every time you use your Bulldog debit card, State Bank of Lisden will make a donation to Brownsburg High School. Please see a bank representative for further details. 2 Brownsburg locations, 60 Garner Road and 900 East 56th Street, State Bank of Lisden in Brownsburg.
Nice work, Troy.
Thank you.
Nice work. All right, so the Bulldogs have it. Ball at the just inside the 12. They'll call it the 11. The give is to Welch, as you said, Troy. Beverstock now out of the game, and Welch with a short gain up near the 14, looking for breathing room. Are the Bulldogs right here?
Beverstock went to the locker room with the training staff during during Ben Davis' last possession, and has not come back out yet, not to be seen.
5:30 remaining, first quarter, and again the Bulldogs. It's like just that clock has just got to be moving so slow, especially with the lead.
Exactly.
You just know, and you saw it on Ben Davis' first possession, or they can strike at any time.
Very explosive. They can throw the football down the field. They have a speedy quarterback, again, who has kind of that, not to make the exact comparison, but that Michael Vick stylus of play, can throw the ball down the field or run it, capable of scoring about any time.
Screen pass, and it is smelled out by Ben Davis. Boy, great defense there. And that was number 29, I believe, David Wall.
I think the Brownsburg bench and the fans would like a pass interference. I think what we're dealing with is the fact that the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so it's nothing more than a pitch or a handoff, and the receiver or the back in the backfield's fair game at that point.
Although they didn't call it a live ball.
That's true. Good point.
I don't know. I just work here.
Yeah. We won't try and figure out the officiating.
Right.
Their mindset either at this point.
I have made enough mistakes already today. I'm not going to try to figure out other people's thinking. All right, so big third down here for the Bulldogs. Snap, give. That's pitched now to Reagan. Boy, that fooled us, but it didn't fool Ben Davis, and Reagan goes nowhere, tackled in the backfield. So the Bulldogs will now be forced to punt from deep in their own territory.
Quarterback Ian Good, number 12, looked like he may have been better served trying to cut that ball upfield. Again, on that right side of the line, which the Brownsburg has owned. They owned it on that first drive. Maybe kind of got out of their groove a little bit here, trying to try some other things, throwing the ball to the sidelines on the screen pass and so forth. 4:35 left, 4th and 9, and the Bulldogs are going to have to kick from their own end zone.
Yeah, as you said, Troy, dangerous position here for Brownsburg. Snap. There's the kick. It is away, nearly blocked. Just barely got away. It's going to be fielded. We'll see what that flag is after the play's over. McGee with the kick return. Ball on the floor, and we'll see who got it. Brownsburg says they got it back, and no signal by the officials. No signal by the officials.
Couple things on this play. One, we're going to have a roughing the kicker penalty against Ben Davis after the kick, and then to try and sort out possession here. Looks like they're going to say Ben Davis kept the ball or the ball went out of bounds, one of the two, but we still have the flag on the play. Not enough to get the Bulldogs a first down.
Well, I can't see because of the mob, but I can safely say that was a bad call.
That's you being objective.
That's me being by Bob Lamy's standards, I'm rooting for the other team at this point. So there is a flag. We will see what the flag is. Of course, Brett Comer over there on the sidelines. He's still lobbying for the Brownsburg recovered the football.
He's lobbying very hard.
Applauding from the Bulldogs here. So I assume that means this is another. It is roughing the kicker, 15 yards. Boy, Ben Davis is just killing themselves with penalties. That's 3 15-yarders now.
There you go. That's my fault. I was looking at the penalty as a 5-yarder. It's a 15-yard personal foul, roughing the kicker, and that's 45 yards worth of penalties just in those 3 unsportsmanlike or roughing calls in the first quarter against the Giants.
Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer coming to you from Brownsburg, from Ben Davis High School with the Brownsburg Bulldogs. I've done like 8 Brownsburg home games in a row, so I'm just used to saying it for Brownsburg High School. Where the Bulldogs lead at 7-0, 4:15 left to play in the first quarter of action. Brownsburg benefiting on a roughing the kicker penalty, and now we'll have 1st and 10 up near the 27-yard line. Snap, give, Welch bounces it up across the 30. Nice run there to the 31. That could have been stopped for a loss, Troy.
Welch did a good job of making a little bit of something out of absolutely nothing. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage, came off of that tackler, got hit again at the line of scrimmage, and got forward for a gain of about 3 yards, which I really didn't expect as the play started to develop.
And tick, tick, tick goes the clock. 3:53 left to play, first quarter. The Bulldogs are... trying to, like I said, limit the game time here tonight that Ben Davis has the football.
3:38 left, the clock's running, and that's just about the time that they used earlier in the game to run out that clock and then get that touchdown.
Give again is to Welch. He'll lean up near the 35, and it's interesting, Troy. Brownsburg has not changed strategies, even though they have a different running back there.
No, handoff right. They've run 2 screen passes that really didn't have any success. And, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I assume we'll probably see this at least for the rest of this quarter and probably throughout the first half, as long as they're getting some movement and some push on that line of scrimmage, getting some positive yards.
Now, keep in mind, Troy, unlike college or professional football, only a 25-second play clock in high school.
Play clock down to 2.
Give us to Welch. He's ahead, first down. And it's up to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Welch doing a nice job of getting across the line, getting through that hole and getting some positive yards there for the first down with Beverstock in the locker room. Everybody's probably thinking about that. It's just time to get out on the field and strap your helmet on and play football and not worry about what's going on with your starting running back.
So 1st down and 10, Brownsburg. Ball is at the 41-yard line. Snap. Good. Back to pass. Steps up. Looking. Going deep. It's up to Reagan. He caught it. And he's down inside the 27.
It's a nice pass and a great catch down the field. So we talked about earlier, the Bulldogs had the ball down about the 22 or 23-yard line earlier. They had run the ball, thought they might go to the air. They chose not to. They ran ball in the 35, 2 minutes left to go. Good going back, going down the right side. He's got a wide open on the right side, down the 10-yard line. He's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for Brownsburg.
And we apologize for another interruption there, but we join you back, and we let you know that Chase Dutra with the catch there. The Bulldogs continuing to move the football. Again, we apologize for the internet disruption there. As we said, we'll be having those periodically throughout the night tonight. But with 1:56 left to play, the Bulldogs have moved the ball now inside of the 7-yard line.
Chase Dutra with the catch, and once again, they stumped me with the roster with 2 number 19s. I wasn't sure who we got with the catch.
If it's 19, baby, it's Dutra. There's the give. Good. Has it. Breaks it to the left side. He's to the 2,
nice
to the 1, and is going to be taken down just short of the touchdown. Nice tackle by the Ben Davis player that time. Antonio Allen on the far side of the field.
Allen definitely stops the touchdown. Good had a wide open left side of the end zone to run into and tried the stiff arm. He got wrapped up and thrown out of bounds. Nice defensive play there by Ben Davis.
But that was a great fake there by Brownsburg, Troy.
It was. Kept the ball, and Beverstock's coming back on the field. He's out of the locker room. I was going to say earlier, right before that long pass down the right side, he was running some warm-up sprints on the sideline. Looks like he's coming back to play. But in the meantime, Tyler Welch, number 32, did an excellent job on this drive. Beverstock's in the backfield now. 2nd and 2, 1:08 left, and we're going to have a timeout for Brownsburg.
All right, so 1:08 left to play, as you said, Troy. Game reset for those of you just tuning in tonight. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis from Ben Davis High School. The Bulldogs lead it 7-0, and they are attempting to add to that lead as they have the ball at the 1-yard line. Timeout.
Pike 7. Pike had a 66-yard.
10-7. Avon leading Pike. That game also available on highschoolcube.com.
A lot of quick scoring up there just north of us off of 71st Street at Pike. Pike scores on a 66-yard touchdown pass. Avon scores on 3 plays for their touchdown. And 10-7. Avon leads right now.
And, of course, we invite everybody we want you to stay here, but if you get the urge to, we also on the Avon page over there. Of course, we've covered Avon all year long, and Aaron Steffi out there with his crew tonight at Pike High School bringing the game tonight, so you can watch that one as well.
Really important possession here. 2nd and 2, the ball's on the 2-yard line, 1 minute left. I don't think we can really put into words how big it would be for Brownsburg to be looking at the scoreboard and see 14-0 over Ben Davis at Ben Davis, 2nd round of sectionals during this football game. Real important possession here.
Down under center. Snap, give, Beverstock, he's in, touchdown. Isaac Beverstock leaps in for the score, and with 1:05 left to play, Brownsburg leads it 13-0.
Again, Beverstock with that injury, he goes to the locker room during the Ben Davis possession, gets to get some treatment from the training staff, comes back out, warms up on the sidelines. Tyler Welch does a great job in the meantime for the majority of this offensive drive. Beverstock comes in, finishes off with a touchdown. Again, running right of center, Brownsburg controlling that line of scrimmage.
All right, so here's the Dowers kick. Snap, spot, kick is up, it is good. So with 1:05 to play, the Bulldogs lead it by a score of 14-0. So great start for the Bulldogs here tonight. Yeah, go for it, Troy.
All right, you're finally on your own, living in your own place, paying your bills, making your own decisions. When your decisions involve insurance and financial needs, it's nice to have a little help. State Farm agent Pete Fay knows that being on your own shouldn't feel like being alone. Visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield Drive in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, so 1:05 left to play. First quarter, Bulldogs lead it 14-0. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis, and a cast of many listening at home, whether you're tuned in on highschoolcube.com, viewing the game, or listening tonight on the XRB 1610 AM radio airwaves. We thank you for doing that, and thank you for being a part of our broadcast and what could end up being a very special game and a very special season for Brownsburg High School.
Couldn't agree more. Brandon Dowers going to kick off for the Bulldogs again. Cannot stress enough. Up 14-0. in the first quarter, 1:05 left for Brownsburg, and Ben Davis looks a little deflated on their sideline right now.
There's a high end over end kick. It'll go deep this time. It'll be taken by number 12. That's Black. He's across the 20, cuts it back to the 30. He's got room to run and gets very near the 40-yard line, up to about the 38. That's right where they started last time, Troy.
Exactly, but there's that athletic ability again. And even though we say Bulldogs up 14-0, we're at less than a minute left in the first quarter. Ben Davis is very capable of putting 7 points on the board in those 58.1 seconds that are left right now.
I was talking to John Easter before the game, and we were commenting. The stadium holds 10,000 people. Brownsburg's is lucky if they can get 5,000. And so the stadium here at Ben Davis literally double the size of what we have at Brownsburg.
That comes with a national championship and 7 state championships, I think, as investment in the program.
Yeah, you win some games, you get some stuff.
Absolutely.
There's the give. Osborne up near the 44-yard line. And nice run there on first down by Lamont Osborne.
Lamont Osborne again, another one of those athletic Ben Davis Giants that's capable of breaking a play at just about any time. Those are the contrasts in play. Brownsburg obviously has the ability to make a big play. They're going to grind the football. They're going to hand it off. They're going to do a little bit of confusion in the backfield, those types of things. But Ben Davis, very athletic, again, capable of scoring at any point in time.
So now back down under center. Here come the Giants, and Brock is going to give it away to Osborne, and he'll scamper ahead up near the 48, maybe the 49-yard line, and that is enough for a first down, but that could be the final play of the first quarter as the Bulldogs, but depending on how fast Ben Davis wants to move, could probably get one more play here.
Waiting for the markers to get moved. We've got 12.5 seconds left. First and 10 for Ben Davis. The ball is going to be at their 49-yard line. The clock's going to roll, and that's going to be the last play, like you said, Rob, of the first quarter.
Yeah, there it goes. So one is in the books, and the Bulldogs, with an almost flawless quarter of football, lead it 14-0. Troy, go ahead and let's head back to the front of our sponsorship list there and tell us about somebody else.
You got it. There are a lot of legal issues you're going to have to work out in life, and Brahman Law Offices on Main Street in Brownsburg can help. They are specialists with will, preparation, prenuptial agreement, and can even handle divorce cases. Brahman Law Offices, 128 Main Street in Brownsburg. Call them for your legal needs, no matter what they are, at 317-858-5000. Brahman Law Offices in Brownsburg.
All right, hey, and we remind everybody, this game, of course, being heard on XRB Radio in Brownsburg, and I will be on XRB Radio tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Plain Speaking Show with host Shane Ray. We'll talk about a host of issues. Brownsburg, I know much to your liking, finally passed the fire territory budget.
It is nice. A lot of exciting things going on. I want to talk about XRB Radio for a minute and the job that Shane Ray is doing. He's really given Brownsburg a media voice, a place for people to go and listen about issues and be entertained and all those things. I love local small businesses and I love local media, and I think Shane's doing a great job, and I hope he continues to do what he's doing and keeps it up. He's doing a great job.
So yeah, Shane and I will be on there tomorrow. Richardson says you sound good. For him, that's like he just gave you the gold, gold nugget or something.
An Oscar or something like that.
So after this play, we'll talk a little bit about...
Maybe an Emmy.
Yeah, I've been on here for 8 years and nobody tells me I sound good. You're here for 8 minutes and suddenly you're the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Osborne across the 50 down to about the 46. We will discuss, amongst other things, the budget finally getting passed, the controversy with that. But of course, I am not on the council yet, so I get to, they call it sniping from the sidelines.
You can snipe from the sidelines, absolutely. And I'll speak diplomatically and fair.
Yeah,
how's that sound?
That's right. And so we talk about that. We talk about the controversial new state bill that says people are now allowed to carry firearms inside town hall and host other things. So give is to Osborne, and he will lean ahead down to about the 42. He's going to be about 3 yards short of first. Anytime you say firearms, people listen. Troy.
They always listen. That's exactly right. And especially when you do that teaser, are kind of guilty of what the news does sometimes. Talk about if you could have just said guns in town hall and left it at that, and you had all kinds of people tuning in and calling.
And it was kind of it was interesting. Kind of went under the radar, and then when it got passed, everybody in the audience goes, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. I got to tell you, Rob, I'm really kind of surprised Ben Davis hasn't leaned on their speed yet, trying to throw the ball down the field, down 14.
Oh, there was movement. Yeah, there it is. Good call. A little bit of a brain delay there by the official, but he finally saw it and called the false start against Ben Davis, which is going to move him back 5 yards.
Safe to say, even at this point in time, 10:54 left in the first half, the Giants are a little bit shaken. They've made some errors on defense with personal fouls, running into the kicker, unsportsmanlike conduct, and now they're jumping off sides.
Again, you look at it and you feel like, at least play for play, Ben Davis has probably played a little better than Brownsburg. But on the scoreboard, which is the only place that matters, they're losing.
Absolutely.
So now a 3rd and long. Brock back to pass, steps up, throws, got a man caught, and he is very close to a first down, out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. That was number 24, Cisney. Gosh, I'm glad he's here.
The Bulldogs did a nice job of playing off the ball a little bit, showing some respect for that Ben Davis speed. As soon as the pass was made, it was a short pass of about 5 yards. They closed really fast, made the defensive stop just short of the first down. And now the Giants have got 4th and 1. Obviously, at this juncture, on the Bulldogs side of the field, they're going to go for it. 4th and 1 from the 42.
We should just let him call the game, and I'll go sit over there and write some stuff.
Write stuff. If I stare at him, he's got to tell me something. That's how he'll know.
Snap, give, Osborne hit, he's short.
He didn't get it.
He's short.
He didn't get it.
Bulldogs coming up big. Boy, and you look at the Bulldogs coaches, you just think somebody just giving them 8 tickets to Disneyland, man.
What a fantastic defensive stand and a statement by the Brownsburg football team. By Brownsburg defense, and again, the Giants go to the sideline a little bit dejected. I can't say that they probably expected to find themselves in this position, down 14-0, 10:28 left to go in the first half.
41.5 is where the ball's spotted at, and the Bulldogs lead it 14-0. They're back on the field, and here they come. Get out of their way. Beverstock is back in the ball game. Snap, give, Beverstock hit at the initial line of scrimmage, leans forward for a gain of about 2.
If Ben Davis has got a shot to make this thing interesting before we get to halftime, they're going to have to start to control this line of scrimmage. Brownsburg is getting pushed. Right there, they did it. They stopped Brownsburg for a loss of 1, or I'm sorry, just for a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 43. About 10 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis from Ben Davis High School, where the Bulldogs lead at 14-0. Good. Snap. Misdirection. Give to Reagan. Room to run across the 45. Up near the 48. And it'll be 3rd and short for Brownsburg. 9:45 left to play first half.
I got to tell you, Rob, I'm lucky that I'm not running the camera because my eyes were on the quarterback the whole time. He came left to center towards us, towards the Brownsburg side of the bench. Looked like he had the football, but he didn't. On the misdirection, they run to the right side of the line of scrimmage again, and for some positive yardage, 3rd and 3 for the Dogs.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, those guys have been primo all year at play fakes and deception in the backfield. Outstanding job by Brownsburg. Pitch, Dutra, and he's going to cut it back. Room to run. First down inside the 45, down to the 42. Great run.
You know, I've been talking about Ben Davis' athletic ability all night. That was Brownsburg athletic ability. Caused 3 people to miss, got out of a guy's arm tackle, and makes positive yardage. 1st and 10 for Brownsburg.
Absolutely outstanding job there by the Bulldogs. You just could not ask for a better run by Chase Dutra, and that is just the sort of effort that these guys have just given all year long, and it's made the town very proud. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. 8:50. Ian Good, very aware, taking his time, letting that play clock wind all the way down. There's the quarterback pitch. Good, keeps it. Room to run, and he will lean forward to about the 37. Now, you look at that trade, you say, it's a gain of 5 yards, but the other positive of that, hold on to the ball, shorten the game.
Also made a really nice decision not to pitch the football, which he had the option to do. Made a nice read. Again, I've said it once. I'll probably say it 100 times for the game's over. Right of center. Brownsburg controls the line of scrimmage. A nice hole. Gave the quarterback some options. He made the right decision to hold on to the football, and it's a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Well, obviously, of course, this game is never over until the 4th quarter reads 0, Troy. But if the Bulldogs go up 3 scores, with the way they've played defense this year, you'd have to feel pretty good if you're a Brownsburg fan.
Right. If that happens, we're in store for one of 2 things.
Quarterback option again. Good. Hangs on to the ball. Ben Davis does a nice job of sniffing that one out and taking him down for a loss.
If that does happen, if the Bulldogs go up by 3 scores here, even if it's just kicking a field goal, which they probably wouldn't anticipate, if they go up 21-0, we're going to see one of 2 things. We're going to see a blowout or a fantastic football game at the end, one of the 2.
Well, and it's interesting, Troy, because I look at the clock maybe 2 or 3 times a quarter normally. It seems like after every play I'm taking a peek at it going, how much closer are they to...
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. Real important here. Brownsburg just continue to play the way they're playing, control the line of scrimmage.
Good back to pass. Steps up, looking, throwing. Got a man caught. He's wide open. It's Reagan. First down inside the 25.
Jordan Reagan, the senior, catches the ball out of the backfield. Over the left side, gets the ball downfield, made a nice catch, got a few yards after the catch, 1st and 10 for Brownsburg.
So the Bulldogs continuing to move the football. 7:20 left to play. And unfortunately for Reagan there, he did step out of bounds.
Yeah, clock's going to stop. Ball, they're going to hit it at about the 27, 15 seconds on the play clock.
Another place where the pros are different from high school. Obviously, they're different in many ways, but the clock does not stop in the pros if you go out of bounds. Inside of the the fourth quarter. What that would give was to Welch, and he got bounced back at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Every once in a while, Ben Davis shows that they can get that push into the Brownsburg over the line of scrimmage and get into the Brownsburg backfield at least a little bit. That was one occasion where they did. No gain, 2nd and 10, and we're right about 7 minutes.
Well, thankfully, I can't fire myself, or you'd be taking my place, Troy.
I don't know about that. I doubt that. Good's got to just keep doing what he's doing. This is a sophomore. Sophomore quarterback for Brownsburg has shown a lot of leadership on the field so far.
Beverstock and a nice run leading down to about the 20-yard line. Looks like Troy's going to be about a yard or so. Well, no, about 2 yards short. It looks like at the first down.
We're probably looking about 3rd and 2. I think they're going to call it 3rd and 3. Going to put the ball at the 20.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left to play as the Bulldogs, again, trying to... And now Good is going to call a timeout. Troy, tell us a little bit about Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
The Brownsburg Nursing Rehabilitation Center offers private suites for short-term rehabilitation. Their nursing department at Brownsburg offers care for your loved one as you would care for them. When you need short-term rehabilitation or someone in your family needs long-term care, come to the people who care for you. Call them today at 852-3123. Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation, 1010 Hornaday Road in Brownsburg.
All right. Game reset for you. 6:18 left to play. First half.
Student body for Brownsburg really getting into the game right now. Like everybody's starting to kind of feel that positive energy on this side of the field as Brownsburg leads at 14-0. We're at 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half.
Well, as you said, Ben Davis has been so good for so long, Troy, that, you know, this is almost like it was like the Atlanta Braves in the postseason in baseball. It's like, when we get to the World Series, we'll care.
You always expect it.
These guys are like, when we get to the state finals, we'll care. Whereas Brownsburg, it's like, hey, we wandered in the wilderness for 20 years.
More times than not, when I ask at the beginning of a season, who do you like to go to the 5A state championship in Indiana, you'd always say, you could say Brownsburg, and more times than not, you would probably get some, you probably would be close to being correct. If they're not making it to the finals at the old RCA Dome or Lucas Oil Stadium now, they are definitely in the picture and usually in everybody's top 5 in 5A in the state. Where are they right now?
Brownsburg? They're 8th.
And Ben Davis?
I believe Ben Davis is 3rd. He would know. He knows everything.
What's their ranking? Both top 10 teams.
Both top 10, yes.
Again, Rob, I can't stress enough, what a nice night for football. You got 2 top 10 football teams in Indiana. It's a little bit chilly. I think it's supposed to go down to about 38 tonight. A frost advisory, the first of the year for us. Everybody's bundled up and enjoying themselves. The student body for Brownsburg has been on their feet the whole time. And again, as we look at the crowd, the draw, it appears that this is at least even as far as fan-wise, or maybe the Bulldogs have outdrawn the Giants tonight here at Ben Davis.
All right, so 3rd down. Here we go. 3rd down, 3 yards ago. Ball on the 20. Good down under center. Snap. Give. Beverstock, and that's smelled out, and he is taken down for no gain. So Ben Davis, to their credit.
Well, I got to tell you, I think Brownsburg's got a decision to make here. I think they're going to end up trying to kick it, but it's 4th and 3. They're up 14-0. You got 6 minutes left to go in the half, and they've proven that they can move with Beverstock and Welch both. They can move the ball. Goods had good control of this offense throughout. Maybe lining up to maybe draw Ben Davis off sides. They show they can't be disciplined, but they're not going to do that. 4th and 3 from the 20, 5:45 left, and the Bulldogs are going to kick.
Snap, spot, the kick is up from Dowers, and it is good. Dowers rifles it through from 35 yards out, and Brownsburg now leads it by a score of 17-0.
I got to tell you, number 74, Malik Biddle for Ben Davis, was almost there to get that kick blocked, but a nice kick by the Bulldogs. Really nice kick, and so far it appears, with the exception of one or two penalties, the Bulldogs are doing everything right. 17-0, 5:33 left to go in the half. When plumbing problems arise, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they will be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing, 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County, 445-8399.
All right, so the Bulldogs now back at it. They lead it 17-0 with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here in the first half. And again, an almost perfect, almost a perfect.
Like I said, with the exception of just a couple of penalties, Brownsburg's controlled the football. They're playing exactly the game that they came here to play tonight. This has to be the strategy they talked about all week in practice leading up to Friday night.
Snap. Kick rather, is away. It's a deep kick, taken back at about the 2-yard line, and Bulldogs getting down there hustling, and that was 21 McGee with the return out to about the 20-yard line.
Chris McGee, the senior, 5'9", 182 pounds, takes the ball just from about the goal line out to about the 20-yard line. Again, one of those kids, a senior, real athletic, been playing varsity football for probably 4 years here at Ben Davis, maybe 3 years. Very athletic kid. Again, 17-0, but the Giants are capable of scoring about any time with their athleticism.
5 minutes, 26 seconds left to play. Snap, give, and correct.
But not a lot. Looks like of a gain of about maybe 3.
All right, so we're back on the air. Again, Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, coming to you live from Ben Davis High School. Didn't miss a whole lot there. Just first down for Ben Davis. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left to play. Good job, Troy.
Thank you. That last handoff is enough for the first down. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Giants. They're going to put the ball about the 33, Rob.
So it'll bring up a 1st down and 10, as you said, Troy. Clock continuing to move as he did stay in bounds there. And there's a pass now deep. It's up. It's caught. And goodbye. Touchdown.
There's the athleticism.
15-10-5. And Ben Davis is right back in the ball game.
That's Christian Black, the senior, 5'8", 158 pounds. Really got a lot of speed. And there it is, the Ben Davis athleticism. They got past the secondary, past the defender. Nice pass by the quarterback, goes down the right side for the touchdown. Just like that, 17-6.
Yeah, and Brownsburg made a gamble there. They brought the safety over to try to intercept the pass, and came up just a little bit short, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs.
He did gamble a little bit, going for the interception rather than kind of playing off for the tackle. That's one of those things you have to take into consideration. And all this speed on this Ben Davis team, you don't get burned down the field, which is what happened. Kick is up and is good. 17-7, 3:45 left to go in the half. Bulldogs lead it.
So, as you said, Troy, now 17-7 with 3:45 left to play. Go ahead and tell us about another one of our regular season sponsors.
What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby who helps you make your life a little easier. State Farm agent Pete Fay. He takes the time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for your child's college education or planning for your retirement, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit Farm Agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield Drive, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we want to say hi to all of our known friends that are out there listening tonight to the broadcast. Dave Richardson, Don Spencer, amongst a host of others. Also Shane Ray back in the XRB studios. Larry Cotter at highschoolcube.com, and Jason Dozier in the Audio Sports Online studios. 17-7 is our score. 3:45 left to play. First half of action. And Troy, even though it is now 17-7, and we'd have told the Bulldogs, would you take 17-7 at the locker room? Absolutely.
Right. Would you take 17-7 with a giving up? I don't even know what it was. About a 50-yard touchdown pass at the 67-yard touchdown pass.
Boy, I'm going to just hire him to walk around with us.
Stats. I got stats to my left. It's nice. It's good to have that. There you go.
So now the Bulldogs with Dutra and Reagan back to receive the kick. And it's a high end over end kick. Dutra will take it at the 10, and now another whistle.
Do want to thank Jeff Robeson, who's sitting up here in the booth for this from the Hendricks County Flyer Group, for his help with some stats. And if we can't get to it in time, he definitely does. We appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you very much.
He's also a huge contributor to Hoosier Basketball Magazine. He's very modest about his contributions to the sporting world.
Excellent. Excellent. Jeff,
we're not.
Good to be in the booth with you. Thank you.
We're not modest. Not the least bit.
No.
So another penalty. Looks like it's going to move the ball back 5 yards.
.345 left, 17-7, Bulldogs lead. Again, Rob, what you said, if you had told what you said just a little bit ago, if you had told the Bulldogs you want 17-7 with 3:45 left in the first half, or 17-7 going to the locker room at halftime, they definitely would have taken it, despite the 67-yard touchdown pass by Matt Brock just a little bit ago for the Giants.
Okay, so here we go. Kick is away. It's a line drive kick taken by Reagan at the 10. Reverse, coming on the way. No, it's a fake reverse. He's got to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and up near the 37. Nice fake there by the Bulldogs, and they'll have good field position for first down.
I really like that play. A little bit of creativeness on the kickoff side. On the kickoff, Jeff Reagan, the senior, gets around the left side, goes out of bounds by the Bulldogs bench. He's going to be out at about the 40-some-odd yard line. Well, they're going to call a 37.
37-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take back over. And again, Troy, you'd like to add to the lead, but you'd certainly take a 10-point lead into the locker room.
Absolutely. Brownsburg just needs to control the ball, run the ball, keep doing what they're doing.
Option, pitch, Reagan, room to run. He's to the 45, 50, and inside the 45 of the Giants, first down.
I tell you what, Reagan had one more guy to beat. If he cuts the ball back up the field and gets past that arm tackle on the Ben Davis side of the field, he's got nothing but turf between him and that purple end zone.
And, gosh, Troy, you really feel like, Ben Davis is the bigger, stronger team, but Brownsburg has kind of pushed him around.
I agree with that, absolutely.
On the line of scrimmage.
We've said it again, and really we don't have that much else to talk about with the Brownsburg offense. They're running the football well. They have controlled the line of scrimmage. They're getting a lot of push off of the snap, and it's a lot of good things for the Bulldogs going on in the first half.
Snap, quarterback pitch, Dutra, left side, room to run. He's got the 40 to the 35, and will step out of bounds there. Very close to another Bulldog first down.
Chase Dutra, the sophomore, takes the pitch, left side of center, goes around the outside, and gets deeper into Ben Davis territory. 3:05 left, 17-7 Bulldogs. They're going to put the ball 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Good down under center, second down, snap, give, Beverstock leaning forward. He's got the 34, and they're saying third down, so he'll need to get about 1 yard. Third down. So they'll need to get about 1 yard, 2:50 left to play in the first half, with the Bulldogs trying to add to this 17-7 lead.
3rd and 1, you're up 17-7. You really want to get a score here. Probably not close enough to where you can go comfortable with a field goal kick. If you don't, they want to get that first down. They don't want to be too creative here. Keep doing what they've been doing. Run the football.
So let's see what Brownsburg can come up with here on 3rd down. Quarterback keeper, good. Barrels forward, and he got a first down. You won't see that in the NFL. Quarterback lowering the shoulder and taking the game into his own hands there.
You're exactly right. Does a good job going right of center on the quarterback rollout. Puts his head down, gets enough yardage for the first down. 1st and 10, ball on the 31, about 2:17 left with the clock running here in the first half.
Well, and the good news for the Bulldogs, of course, Troy, is that they now can basically control their own destiny here as we head towards halftime, and now we will have a timeout on the field. equipment timeout. Clock will stop with 2:09 left to play.
Absolutely, you're right. It's been about ball control this entire first half. It's definitely going to be about ball control for this last 2 minutes and 9 seconds as Brownsburg looks to go to the locker room. They want to score a touchdown. If they can get those 3 points even, they're going to go in up 20-7 and got to be very happy with that. First and 10, 1:57 left, ball on the 31.
Give ahead for 24-yard line. Beverstock with the run. Gain of about 7 yards on first down.
Beverstock's going to come to the sideline. Tyler Welch coming back in the game. Tyler Welch, the running back and linebacker, plays both sides of the ball. Sophomore.
And now what happened there, Troy?
Chase Dutra goes left of center on the pitch, gets tripped up. A nice leg tackle by Ben Davis. It's going to be 2nd and 3, ball on the 24. Sorry, they're going to make it third and 3rd and 4. On the tackle, Sean Johnson, number 9 on the tackle, 3rd and 4, ball on the 24-yard line. We're under a minute, clock's running.
So 3rd down and 4, clock inside of 50 seconds. Bulldogs still taking their time. Give is to Beverstock. He will lean ahead, and he's going to be short of a first down, but almost as though they were playing there, Troy, for a field goal.
I agree, and I tell you what, that shows a lot of confidence, especially at the high school level in your kicker. We've seen some nice kicks, a really good field goal, and real quick, if you look to the right, you could use the old Stanford cow line. The band is on the field, even though the half has not come to the end yet, and now they're waving them off. I think we got a flag on the play, and I think it's going to be maybe some movement on the Brownsburg side.
Oh, 5 yards against the Giants. Now, of course, Larry, you'll remember Brandon Dower's Hero of the Year when he nailed that kick against Hamilton Southeastern to win that game. So these kicks, easy doings there. Now, okay. So 10.1 seconds to play. It will be a 46-yard field goal, and now Ben Davis will call a timeout.
One of the things you don't want to happen here with 10 seconds left in the game is let Ben Davis get some push on that line, get back there and block that kick and make something out of it. Really flip the momentum if that were to happen. And good snap, flip the laces, twist the laces, get a good kick, and see if you can go up 20-7 going in the locker room.
Let's see if Rick can get the field goal and the kicker in the photo here.
Usually not a problem in high school football because you're not kicking them from that far. But Brownsburg's shown their ability.
We need
to
one
really
of those.
Score.
We need one of those CBS.
It is worth mentioning the Ben Davis Giants set a record this year, a school record for blocking kicks this season. Very capable of getting that push across the line. Good special teams play and making something of it. Definitely something the Bulldogs want to avoid.
Well, you got it, Rick. We can't see the ball or the players, but you got it. All right, so here we go. It'll be a 46-yard field goal. Good, the holder. Ball will be spotted at the 36 once it's snapped. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is just short. Just short.
What, that could not have missed it was right there. Just missed hitting the crossbar. The sophomore kicker with a nice kick, nice form, got the ball over the line, and Ben Davis will take over. 3.9 seconds left from their own 29-yard line.
All right, so the ball is going to go back to the Ben Davis.
Giants take over possession, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Okay, so they spotted on the 20 if you miss a field goal, apparently?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Okay. All right.
High school rules.
State law.
Yeah, exactly.
3.9 seconds left to play. 17-14, Avon leading Pike. So we will, I believe, go. Well, I think if Pike wins, that's a home game for us next week.
I believe you're right.
Snap, Brock back to pass. He's going to heave it down the field, and it is nearly tipped up, nearly picked off twice. And boy, you're right. That could have been easily picked off, and the Bulldogs had running room. As a result, it is not, and the Bulldogs, on a great first half, will head into the locker room leading it 17-7. Troy, other than that one play, Brownsburg playing an excellent first half.
I agree 100%. The Browns were playing excellent football in the first half, up 17-7, despite that field goal missed at the end, which barely missed. They've done about everything right. And what I mean by that is I'm certain that throughout the week, during practice and preparation for this Friday night sectional game, Brownsburg talked about ball control. They talked about holding on to the football. They talked about making it their type of game. Now they got the lead, 17-7. They're going to go in the locker room for 15 minutes and discuss it. On that same note, Rob, I cannot believe that we'll see the same Ben Davis football team in the second half that we saw in the first half. Very aggressive coaching staff on the Giants sideline, and I would anticipate that they're going to come in the second half ready to play football and show a lot more discipline. 45 yards and penalties on Ben Davis in the first half, just in unsportsmanlike conduct or personal fouls, all discipline penalties, and Brownsburg definitely took advantage of that as they get the 17-7 lead.
Give us another sponsor, Troy.
I will do that.
Westside Plumbing.
Let's do that.
Done a fine job.
When plumbing arises, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they will be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves, honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing, 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County. 445-8399.
All right, well, normally we have some local overachiever up here during halftime, but this week it's you, Troy.
Yeah.
So you're mic'd up for the week. Congratulations.
I can say I'm local, but I will not buy into overachiever.
Okay. So you, of course, are the Brown Township trustee, and you're also a firefighter. But what does the Brown Township trustee do?
Well, the trustee has a lot of statutory responsibilities in the state of Indiana. There's 1,008 townships in the state. Some of them, they range in mileage. Some of them as small as like 11 square miles. Some of them in excess of 50. So there's a lot of this type of government here in the state of Indiana. I will say that our main focus in township government is to be that first level of contact for local constituents that live outside of an organized municipality. You don't live in a city, you don't live in a town, you live in a township, I'll guarantee you that, because everybody lives in a township in Indiana somewhere. And we take that responsibility it's very important to us to have that contact with our constituents. We also are tasked with administering public assistance programs, which used to have a title of poor relief, which has been changed to public assistance for those that are in need in the community. And also the township trustee has the statutory responsibility to supervise and provide fire protection and emergency medical service protection for their constituents. In Brown Township, we do that through the interlocal agreement with Lincoln Township and the town of Brownsburg, which forms the Brownsburg Fire Territory that provides fire and emergency medical services to all 54 square miles of Brown and Lincoln Township in the town of Brownsburg.
You know, we get a chance to kind of interact with you on that level on the Fire Territory Board, which you as the Brown Township trustee are on. Talk a little bit about the Fire Territory Board and what you guys kind of do.
Well, the Fire Territory is governed by an executive board, which is the Fire Territory is the makeup of the Fire Territory is outlined in statute. The Fire Territory was formed in 1997 in Brownsburg in order to give better representation to the two townships and to provide for more tax revenues to really bring the level of service up in Brownsburg. At the time, Brownsburg was rapidly growing, very, very rapidly growing, and basically public safety and revenues could not keep up. So when that board was formed, it created an executive board, which is the Brown Township trustee, the Lincoln Township trustee, and then a designee of the Brownsburg Town Council. And what we do is we meet together collectively in public meetings once a month and any special meetings that are required in order to publicly supervise the fire departments and its inner workings. We approve policy and procedure. We go through the budget process along with the fire chief and his administration to approve that budget, and then we push that budgetary obligation onto the town of Brownsburg for final approval.
And so, of course, the obvious question would be, you ran last year and ran a fairly historic campaign. You're probably the youngest guy ever elected to that post. Why would you want to do that?
Well, I some days I wonder. Not actually. That's kind of the canned answer that an elected official always gives us. Sometimes I wonder. I really don't. I've always had the desire for public service. I think it's a wonderful constitutional right that we have in this country, and I wanted to exercise it. I had a group of individuals come to me and ask me if I would be willing to run. The township trustee that was in at the time had done an excellent job, built a great foundation, been in there for 24 years, but I just felt like it was kind of our turn. And if that meant it was my turn, that was fine, but it was kind of our turn. It was time to kind of change the way we do business. And then our campaign slogan, of course, was a new perspective. And I think that that's what we've kind of done with the office is. And I'll be the first to say, had a lot of people taken back by me running for office, and a lot of people taken back by me actually getting elected. But in cooperation with our township board, in cooperation through transition with the previous trustee, now with the new relationship with the town council that we have in Brownsburg, I really think we're on the verge of doing a lot of really good things in that Brown and Lincoln Township, or the 54 square miles, as I like to call it, that all of us serve. And just the other day, we had our first interaction probably ever that anybody can remember. I'll say probably because I don't have the records as far back as they ever go, where we had the Brownsburg Parks Department come and actually do a presentation to our township board and myself on a Brownsburg Parks project that will be in Brown Township. We don't have any obligation to approve or disapprove the project, but in that whole spirit of cooperation, government working together, which is one of the things that I campaigned on, which is very important to me, that integrated relationship. All of my constituents use the parks in Brownsburg. They all use the roads in Brownsburg. That is the community that we live in, whether you live in town or you don't. So that was very important to me. It's a good step. We finished up our budget process this year. I'm proud to say that over the last 2 years, our township has cut our operating budget by 17.1%.
That makes me smile.
Well, it makes me smile too, and it's really good. It's something that I'm really proud of. I couldn't have done it without the cooperation of the previous trustee and the current township board and the previous township board. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what the future holds for the community as a whole. And it's a really exciting time to be an elected official in northeastern Hendricks County.
All right, so the boss told me back in the XRB studios I got to promote some stuff here. So following the game tomorrow, we've got the Friday Night Classics coming up immediately following the ball game. And then tomorrow, of course, 10 a.m. we've got the plain speaking show with me blabbering on about the last town council meeting.
Sure.
So and you got some sponsors, somebody there that needs to be taken care of.
I do have sponsors.
You've got a laundry list there.
I do. There are a lot of legal issues you're going to have to work out in life, and Brahman Law Offices on Main Street in Brownsburg can help. They are specialists with will preparation, prenuptial agreement, and can even handle divorce cases. Brahman Law Offices, 128 Main Street in Brownsburg. Call them for all your legal needs, no matter what they are, at 317-858-5000. Brahman Law Offices on Main Street in Brownsburg.
All right, so 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in halftime. I guess you would say left to play in halftime because the band is
left for the band to play.
Is playing on the field. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick has ventured off somewhere. I hope he made. Oh, there he is.
I was blocking your view of him. He stepped to the side.
We worry about the young boy. His mother has entrusted us with making sure he not only survives the game but gets home in one piece. So we couldn't lose him on a trip to the concession stand or something. And where the Bulldogs lead at 17-7. Yes. Anything?
I was hand signing to Rob, and on the radio, you're not supposed to talk about that. That's unwritten.
Oh, we break all the rules. we take all those rules. We light them on fire and then we throw them out the window.
I remember being on a show with on XRB radio one time and talking. I continually was talking with my hands like I always do, and I thought to myself, I even said out loud, I can probably sit on my hands so nobody can see me at this point in time. So,
well, it's been an exciting first half. And certainly one, if you're a Bulldogs fan, that could not have gone any better if you'd have scripted it up, say for maybe that one long touchdown pass. But, hey, I mean,
Brownsburg's got to be careful. They come out of the locker room. We're talking about the tale of two locker rooms right now at halftime here at Ben Davis. The Brownsburg locker room is going to be full of a lot of energy, a lot of pep talking, a lot of beating on the lockers and chanting and all those types of things. And they've got to come out and continue to play football the way they're playing it, the way they played it throughout this entire first half. Ben Davis, on the other hand, is probably not having a very good time in the locker room right now. I'm familiar with some of their coaching staff. They're fiery guys. I know they don't want to lose this football game. They can't be happy with the way the Giants played in the first half. I don't anticipate that we will see the same Ben Davis football team that we saw in the first half. They're going to try and pull out all the stops, use that athleticism we've talked about to try and get this game close again. They're only 10 points down, a touchdown and a field goal, and they've got 2 quarters to do it in.
5:30 on the clock as we await the end of the first half. And, of course, as they traditionally do, they'll probably put about 3 more minutes up once the teams come out. And I'll tell you what, that Ben Davis band, they are, and the color guard, they are on it.
Yeah, we're looking at, like I said, I've said it once or maybe twice already, a national championship for Ben Davis in 1991. I believe they finished the #1 football team in the country in the USA Today poll, wow, which was the reference for a national championship back then. 7 state championships, going all the way back to 1987, and just a very accomplished high school football program. That being said, this Ben Davis band is also very accomplished with multiple state championships and multiple accolades that are in their own trophy case at the high school also. Very talented group of students.
Yeah, that takes some coordination there to pull that stuff off.
Yeah, I can never figure out how you figure out where you're at or what you're going, but it all goes off of hash marks. It's interesting when you pull in the parking lot here at Ben Davis. When you look over to the east side of the stadium, there's a huge parking lot that's painted just like the field here is. That's where the band practices and uses the same markings on the field as their references as they practice.
Yeah, and I freely admit I don't understand. I mean, I'm never one to admit when I'm an idiot and not understanding something. I don't understand what they're doing, but they get judged very highly each year. So I assume whatever they're doing, they're doing it properly,
colorful and
better than most.
Exactly. I can't play a kazoo, Rob, so I don't have any school here to speak out of.
And my career with music was limited to pressing buttons in a radio station.
Exactly.
I did that great.
Yes, accomplished DJ.
I've been a DJ, a talk show host, a producer. I've been fired from all sorts of jobs in radio.
I love it.
And the nice thing about owning your own company is you can't fire yourself.
Yeah, you got it.
So you got kids, right?
I do. I have 2. I have a 12-year-old daughter named Sydney. I have a 7-year-old son named Benjamin.
They get along?
When it's convenient for them. When it's convenient for them. Never when it's convenient for us.
Now, I actually saw your son at the town council meeting last night.
I did. Last night was his first town council meeting. We were out doing some things, and he wanted to. I decided he could come with me to the meeting. He kept telling me that I should go up and say something, which I thought was kind of entertaining at the time.
Well, your Bud Peoples took care of that for you.
Yes, Don did a great job. I do appreciate Don's service a lot. Don's been the trustee there for I think about 17 years now, 16 or 17 years. Don is he is a pillar of the community and does a great job. He's a great community servant, a good servant of the people in his elected capacity through Kiwanis and his job as the Lincoln Township trustee, so forth and so on.
Now, I was disappointed Peoples did not, as he traditionally does, offer some sort of Peoples Promotions product.
He does. Usually he's throwing something down on the paper. What we could do is keep mentioning Peoples Promotions and then send him a bill.
That's right.
That might be okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out if Shane can send us the going rate. We'll figure out how many times we. He also pulls the bingo balls. During the carnival, when
I
it's
believe
in town.
that. Yes, I believe. Yes,
I won $5 during the what is it, Kiwanis bingo this past year.
Don is probably one of the best MCs in the county. I think he's hosted great. About every event possible that there is.
Yeah, he's like the Jerry Lewis of Brownsburg.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
He's just one of those guys that it's fun when he gets up and talks.
Absolutely, always has something positive and fun to say.
All right, so your game reset here. Team's getting ready to come back onto the field. 1:40 left to play during or I keep saying left to play. I don't think that's correct terminology. Left in the halftime. The Bulldogs leading at 17-10. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, and the multi-talented Rick Mullis on camera.
The Bulldogs are leaving the locker room, getting ready to come back out on the field, and to no one's surprise, I don't think, especially ours, Ben Davis has not emerged from the locker room. We're probably finishing up the final moments of a pretty fiery speech by the Ben Davis coaching staff at halftime. Again, the Bulldogs, Brownsburg leads this game 17-7. They've dominated the line of scrimmage throughout the game. If it not for one big play by the Giants, a 67-yard touchdown pass down the right side of the field, this game would be 17-0, and Ben Davis would be being shut out as we speak.
What do you think? It's Halloween? This guy's just like rolling out the mini candy bars like it's.
I was getting ready to send him on a concession stand run.
I mean, he comes prepared, and he does this at the home games too. So, no, I'm good, man. I am good. I as Chris Farley, so eloquently put it, I take them by the fistful and start eating them once I start.
I'm the same way. We already have a bowl of Halloween candy in our kitchen counter sitting there by the door that goes out to the garage, and we're gonna have to throw it out, I think.
Now, you are, of course, neighbors with my dear friend, Dr. Jason Welsh.
I am. He lives right down the street. So we could mention him a few times and send him a bill, too.
Yes. Well, he's already been sent a fairly high dollar bill from the school corporation as a corporate sponsor. So he can get, Indianapolis Sport and Spine, Dr. Welsh, the owner of that.
On North Green Street.
Yes, and the chief of police lives right down the road from you, too.
Myself in sometime, you run the football, especially at this level. A lot of aggressive tackling, high school kids on the field, running the football. Sometimes you end up coughing it up with some turnovers. They haven't done that. Brownsburg's been very disciplined and not penalized. And again, Ben Davis, 45 yards in penalties in the first half alone, just on unsportsmanlike conduct and personal fouls. So they basically gave Brownsburg half the field.
Okay. I really wish they had some Tab in the closet down there.
Oh, goodness.
They don't, though. So,
like Tab Cola?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
No?
No.
Big Red?
I like Big Red. I like Big Red.
Or Faygo.
Faygo's fine too.
Faygo is just like a bottle of sugar.
It is.
With some orange flavoring in it.
Orange or red or purple.
Yeah. Here, drink this bottle of sugar. Compliments of Faygo.
Yep, I agree. I agree 100%.
They are still playing, and in fact, you can listen to the Hamilton. Rick raised a good point. Where does Hamilton Southeastern stand? They're playing tonight at home against Westfield, and in fact, Rick, you can log on to audiosportsonline.com and head to our Hamilton Southeastern page and listen to that very ball game. But right here, we want you to stay tuned to this one as the Bulldogs doing battle with the Ben Davis Giants. They will kick it off to begin the second half, and here in just a second, we're ready to go. Go for it.
Show your team spirits your way with the Bulldog checking debit card, checks, and checkbook cover. Plus, for every new account opened, and every time you use your Bulldog debit card, State Bank of Lisden will make a donation to Brownsburg High School. Please see a bank representative for further account details. State Bank of Lisden, 2 Brownsburg locations, 60 Garner Road and 900 East 56th Street in the Strong Building in Brownsburg.
And, of course, we want to thank, again, before we begin the second half, some people that have made this broadcast possible. Want to thank John Easter and the entire Ben Davis radio team for helping us out and getting this set up. Certainly appreciate that. Want to thank Greg Hill and the entire athletic staff at Brownsburg for all their help this year with all the home games and the internet and everything out there. That's been a great help. Want to thank Shane Ray in the XRB studios, Larry Cotter at High School Cube, and Jason Dozier and the Audio Sports Online studios. I want to thank Troy for being here tonight, Rick for the wonderful camera work, and I want to thank you at home for watching or listening, whether you're tuned in on XRB Radio 1610 AM or watching on the web, highschoolcube.com. We thank you very much for being a part of our broadcast tonight.
I tell you, Rob, 2 keys. Number 1 for Brownsburg, continue doing what you're doing. I know that's easy to say. It's kind of cliche. They've dominated this football game. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get greedy. Stay relaxed. Hold on to the football. Don't turn it over. For Ben Davis, they need a big play. Bottom line, they need a big play. They need to come out slinging the football around a little bit, use that speed and athleticism we spoke about so many times, try and get themselves a push to get themselves some confidence, get back in this game.
All right, here we go. Dowers will boot it away, and Brownsburg is 24 minutes away from pulling the upset. We'll see. 21, that's McGee with the ball. He's got it to the 20. There he goes across the 30, spins out of one tackle and gets across the 40 to the 42. A touchdown saving tackle there by the Bulldogs, number 9, Cooper Wojcik, and that could have easily been 6.
That could have been the big play that we just talked about right there that puts them right back in the thick of this football game. And now Brownsburg's going to have to do a good job. The defense has got to stay relaxed. We saw it there towards the second quarter, into the second quarter. Ben Davis started starting to get the feel that their wide receivers are faster, maybe a little more athletic. They can get down the field, get behind that secondary. Again, that 67-yard touchdown pass to give Ben Davis their only touchdown.
Well, and Ben Davis has had great starting position each time they've had the ball. This is their best at the 42 as Osborne, room to run, cuts it across midfield. I'm sorry, that is McGee, and he's still going, and he could take it to the house here, Troy. 15, 10, 5, and he is taken down at about the 3-yard line. Boy, that's exactly what Ben Davis wanted.
That's exactly what Ben Davis wanted, exactly what Brownsburg didn't want. Just like we said at halftime in our discussion, we're not going to see the same Giant team in the second half we saw in the first half. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, welcome to the game if you're a Bulldogs fan.
55-yard carry for McGee down the left side.
All the way to the 2. And that only took about 22 seconds.
11:38 left, 17-7 Dogs lead. Ben Davis is threatening. I tell you what, they punch it in here from the 2-yard line for a touchdown. That really changes the face of this game quickly, very quickly.
All right, so here come the Giants. Clock stopped as the running back went out of bounds. There's the give, and that is Osborne, and he is stopped short of the goal line. Nice job by the Bulldogs piling on there. Oop. 25 Osborne.
Yeah.
So it'll bring up second down. Now Ben Davis quickly back to the line of scrimmage, not wasting any time there.
Giants are mixing it up a little bit. They're getting back to the line of scrimmage early with 25 seconds left on the clock.
Osborne, ball's on the floor. It's live, and the Bulldogs got it back.
There you go. Again, Ben Davis. This is what we talked about Brownsburg shouldn't do. To lose, not be responsible with the football, not hold on to the football. But Ben Davis turns around after dominating the line of scrimmage on the first 2 or 3 plays after the kickoff. They put the ball on the turf. They kick it around. Brownsburg jumps on it. They'll have the ball in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Very reminiscent, Troy, of last week's Notre Dame game in which Notre Dame had the ball on the USC 1, fumbled, it picked it up, they ran it back for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
But you could that is just a deflating play if you're Ben Davis.
What a defining moment in this football game. Ben Davis at the 2-yard line, almost a guaranteed touchdown from the Giants. Eventually, they don't get it, they put it on the turf, and here we are, still 17-7, the Bulldogs have the football.
Down under center is good. Now the Bulldogs have to be careful with the football. Give us to Beverstock, and everybody knew who was getting it, but still a nice job there to run the ball out to about the 10-yard line.
That's the challenge now, I think, for Brownsburg through this third quarter and throughout this second half is exactly what you said, Rob. Everybody knows who's going to get the football. Everybody knows kind of how they're going to go. It's going to be left to center, right to center. They might mix it up a little bit, but not much because they don't want to turn the ball over down here on their own 10-yard line.
10:43 left to play in the football game's third quarter. Good down under center. Give Beverstock room to run across the 15, and he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first down. So big third down coming up for Brownsburg.
Again, Brownsburg goes left to center with the running play. It's going to be third down, about 10 minutes and 17 seconds left. 3rd and 2, ball, they're going to put it on about the 16.
So we, of course, anticipate, at least on paper, it would be Avon next week, but obviously that one is close.
Pike's going to play their hearts out, playing at home tonight up there at their home stadium in the second round of sectionals.
Aaron Steffi's got the call of that one for us. Pitch is to Reagan, cuts it back, and he's close. We'll see. It'll depend on the spot. He got the 16.5. He needed at least the 17 to feel good about it, and it looks like 4th down, yeah.
Steffi was real cognizant of where the line was. He tried to make a dive to get there to the first down marker, but just came a little bit short. Brownsburg doesn't have a choice here. They're pinned deep. If they don't convert or make a turnover here, it really could be a game changer or start that game-changing attitude for the Giants. It's going to be 4th and 1. They're going to kick it from the 16.
Right, so 9:25 left to play. Ben Davis fired up, but Brownsburg still number 1. Didn't give up a touchdown, and number 2, they ran 3 minutes off the clock.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right.
So even though the Bulldogs will not get points out of this,
they're going to
it is a fake. It is a fake. It's Reagan, and he's got the first down.
Brownsburg pulling out all the stops. You know, they've got that game-winning attitude. Up 17-7. They're pinned deep in their own territory. They said, you know what? Let's give this thing a shot. The Giants couldn't have expected a fake.
Well, you know, this is the, you know, Brett Comer has won a sectional at Brownsburg, and obviously the most important game probably he's ever coached. He turned down jobs for years to stay an assistant at Brownsburg, to be in line for this job, and he knows this is the best chance he's ever had to win a state championship in his short time here.
I agree 100%. Got that let it all hang out kind of attitude about the football game right now. Of course, he's in a good position, up 17-7, where he's got a little bit of play and how he can call this game right now.
Boy, Ben Davis caught completely off guard there, and now the Bulldogs will continue to run clock and hold the ball. Good, back to pass, quick drop, throwing, looking, got a man, and it's off the hands of, was that Dutra on the far side of the field? I think, yes, it was. It was Chase Dutra, and he'd have walked into the end zone.
Something else, and just off the fingertips there. Back to that previous play on the fake. Both Ben Davis punt returners have touchdowns on punt returns this year already. I'm sure the Brownsburg staff's aware of that. They wanted to avoid that big play we talked about from the Giants.
Well, Brett Comer and his staff are dialing up flawless play calling thus far.
I agree with you 100%. Like I said, it all comes down right now to Brownsburg being responsible with the football and not coughing it up. They don't need a turnover.
There's the give. That's Welch. Room to run. Breaks one tackle across the 30, up near the 33-yard line. He's close to a first down.
Welch had a lot of room there. He goes right to center, a big hole, puts his head down, a full head of steam, and gets a lot of positive yardage. He's an arm tackle away there from really breaking that thing wide open and maybe going all the way.
Yeah, and you get the feeling there that they kind of maybe looked back, saw him in the backfield, and maybe thought another pass play was in the works. And as a result, boy, I'll tell you what.
It's one of the good things about, well, it's always good to play with the lead because you're winning. But one of the things about playing with the lead is you can really mix it up. You keep that defense guessing.
Snap, give, Beverstock leaning ahead. Nice gain, but a flag comes in from the back.
Looks like a hold against the Bulldogs.
You're right, Troy. That's usually what that is. And again, we want to say hi to Dave Richardson, listening back in Brownsburg, Councilman Richardson, also Don Spencer as well. So thanks for tuning us in, and certainly appreciate that. That is going to be against the Bulldogs. That's a costly one there, Troy. 10 yards.
Pushes him back again. You're within you're on your side of your own 30-yard line. That's a zone that you don't want to get penalties in for sure. It's going to be 1st and 20 now. They're going to put the ball. The sign scoreboard says 34. That's not where the ball is. The ball is going to be about the 29.
24.
Oh, 24-yard line.
So just off by a number.
Off by 10.
Yeah, just 10. Good, quick pass, looking, going up for Dutra, caught, first down. Great catch over the shoulder, now they'll say incomplete. No, they will say complete. Looked like that one official came in, and I maybe got overruled there. He was running fairly quickly as though he wanted to make a different call.
Looks like he wanted to make the call that he maybe didn't. He was juggling the football when he went out of bounds, but we've got a catch, and first down for the Bulldogs.
21-yard gain on the play.
Brownsburg coaching staff is making their case for something on the sideline. I'm not sure what it is. Up 17-7 and just completed that pass for the first down.
Give. Beverstock bounces it right side, going ahead, and gets up to about the 48-yard line. Nice job there. And you can tell that's a smart senior player there. 2 hands on the football. Obviously not wanting to give any chance for Ben Davis to force a turnover like Brownsburg did.
Absolutely. Like we said, it's about holding on to the football right now. It's about ball control, controlling the line of scrimmage, just the same things that they've done throughout this game so far. That's why they're up 17-7. 7:20 left to go here in the third quarter.
You know, I'm so used to not having any room in the Brownsburg press box. I didn't realize I forgot we had seats.
Yeah, I know. Well, if I sit down, I can't see, so.
There's a window in my way.
Yeah.
Snap, give, it's it's Dutra. Great fake. Dutra's got the ball, and he's got a first down.
Great ball fake, up the middle, the pitch to Dutra, going left to center, coming towards the Brownsburg bench, running right at us, goes out of bounds, gets the first down.
So the Bulldogs, with their backs up against the wall, have come all the way out from the 2-yard line. And keep in mind, Troy, even though the Bulldogs got the ball back, they still had a long way to go getting out of trouble. If Ben Davis would have got the ball back, they could have been right back in scoring position.
Absolutely. They were pinned deep in their own territory after recovering the fumble, the Giants' fumble, down at the 2-yard line.
Good. Snap. give is Welch, and he is wrapped up in another flag coming in from the backside.
Looks like holding against the Bulldogs again. Ben Davis really got a lot of push on the line of scrimmage that time, got in, made a nice leg tackle on Good before he was able to make any movement with the football.
All right, so now we've got a chop block. Now, usually on a run, they don't call that. But too bad our friend Jay Puckett isn't out there refereeing.
Yeah. The officials are having a conversation about the 42-yard line now as the flag still lays on the field. Now they're picking it up. They're going to wave it off.
Yeah, they're waving it off.
Running play. They're going to wave off the chop block. No penalty. 1st and 10 ball on the 44 for the Bulldogs. 6:57 left, Rob.
Brett Comer was helping them there with that call. And not normally, I'm going to imagine that I'd imagine normally they don't take the coach's point of view, but they did that time.
Not.
Screen pass caught Bobby Carr, and that's the first time we've called his name tonight. Very close to a first down.
Bobby Carr goes right over the middle. It's going to be 3rd and about 2, maybe.
Clock continuing to wind. 6:45 left to play. Now the scoreboard still says first down, and the clock has stopped.
Officials having another meeting. They're telling Brownsburg not to come to the line of scrimmage. I think they have not given the first down marker. They're going to measure.
So the Bulldogs will either face a 3rd and short or 1st and 10. Obviously, they are hoping for the latter of those, but it will be 3rd and short, about the length half of football maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
again, Brownsburg needs to hold on to the football here. They've controlled that line of scrimmage, get a little bit of push. They only need, like you said, the length of the football for a first down. 6:46 left. Brownsburg leads at 17-7.
Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from Brownsburg High School, from Ben Davis High School, rather, where the Bulldogs. Man, I've done like 8 Brownsburg home games in a row, and I'm doing that every time.
Wow.
Creature of habit. Bulldogs lead at 17-7. Give us Beverstock leaning forward, and there's a big pile up there between the Bulldog receiver and Ben Davis cornerback, but no call. And
little extracurricular activity on this side of the field.
Well, that's one of those where that was definitely a late hit by the Ben Davis player, but as Bobby the Brain Heenan used to say, you can't call it if you don't see it.
I agree 100%. And a good job by the Brownsburg receiver not to retaliate, because he definitely would have got the flag, no questions asked.
Because that official turned around, just like they used to do in pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Somebody has
how about that?
brass knuckles hidden in their trunks.
For a Bobby the Brain Heenan reference on a high school football broadcast. Only on XRB radio will you hear that. There's a throw up. Dutra caught. What a catch. What a catch on the far side of the field. Chase Dutra going up for the ball, and most importantly for Brownsburg, coming down with it.
Great catch by the junior coming out of the backfield. Goes up and gets it. Goes to the turf pretty hard, keeps the ball on his chest, and first down for the Bulldogs.
6:07 left to play in the third period. Bulldogs leading it 17-7.
You can even hear it in the crowd now on the Bulldog side over here where the box is that we're in. Keep that clock running. Keep that clock running.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking the same thing.
Well, if you're a Brownsburg fan, obviously you want to come away with points. And good with the quarterback keeper. He'll flush it to the outside. He's got the 15 and was taken down from behind. Nice tackle by Ben Davis there. And I believe that was number 31, and that was Derek Moore on the tackle.
Great tackle by the sophomore. Looks like he might be shaken up on the play. Used his speed, caught up with Brownsburg's quarterback from behind and pushed him down to the turf. And I think he might have gotten his leg a little bit twisted in the process.
5:31, clock stops.
I tell you what, Goose done a great job of just controlling this football game. That's a nice play with his own number called right there, holding on to the football, getting in the clear, getting some positive yardage, just chipping away. Was it?
Okay, so they got 231s again, so that's Mike Stanley. Thank goodness he's here. Boy, we've looked brilliant tonight.
I think we should go through it. There's
flawless broadcasting.
If there's 2 numbers that are the same, we should go with the upperclassmen. Maybe that's the best formula.
Or we could just combine their names together.
Yeah, we could do that. Exactly.
They did that on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia last night. Snap, give, it's Beverstock, and that's a short gain.
Short gain, if any. It looks like he made the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard out of that, but I'm not sure.
Third down and about 3 yards. They need to get to about the 12. It's just inside the 15.
I think they're going to call it 3rd and 4, Rob.
Okay.
It looks like it.
All right. We'll go with them.
We'll go with the scoreboard.
3rd down and 4. One receiver wide to the right. Double wing formation there in the backfield. Snap, give, it's Dutra. He's got the 10 and down near the 5.
Brownsburg goes left of center again on the pitch. Dutra using that athletic ability, steps over a tackler, puts his head down, gets the ball down to about the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot the ball, well, right about nose of the football is on the 5.
So it'll be 1st down and goal, Bulldogs, 4:36, clock moving. Brownsburg leads by 10. And keep in mind, if they get a field goal here, Ben Davis would just need 2 scores to get back in the game. If they get a touchdown, it would be 3. So
coming away with a score, like you said, Rob, is really important here. Obviously, Brownsburg wants to hold on to the football, not put it on the turf, just like Ben Davis did at the other end of the field earlier to start the
Beverstock, and he's down to about the 2. And again, for the Bulldogs, they obviously want to score, but they'd like to run another play or two to do it because that clock continues to run.
Bulldogs will take their time getting back to the line of scrimmage. Again, 25-second play clock. We got 4 minutes left in the third quarter. The clock's running at 3:55 now. 10-point lead for the Dogs. 2nd goal.
Let's see if they can try to push it in here. Down under center is good. Snap. Pitch. It's Dutra. He's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Again, left of center. Nobody touches Dutra. He walks into the end zone, and just like that, 23-7 Brownsburg. 3:41 left to go in the third quarter.
Chase Dutra scoring.
Bulldogs showing a lot of maturity on that drive, holding on to the football, chipping away, making a couple of nice catches. Running the football really well, blocking really well. Again, controlling that line of scrimmage and looking to go up 24-7 if we can get this kick in.
Dowers to add the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. It is good. And the Bulldogs have now taken a 24-7 lead with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter. All Brownsburg, but as you said, Troy, they're not playing Terre Haute South this week. They're playing Ben Davis, and they can score quick.
Well, I keep saying that, and Ben Davis is not made a fool of me. They did score once on the 67-yard touchdown pass down the right side of the field. However, they haven't done anything since then. They did move the ball well in their first drive of the first half, but it got sloppy at the 2-yard line to put the ball on the turf. Brownsburg recovers. Otherwise, this is an entirely different football game right now. Despite instead of the 24-7 score with 3:41 left to go in the third quarter.
Did you go trick-or-treating before you came out here?
I wish.
The affable Rick Mullis has brought a bag of assorted candies with him.
It hasn't offered to share once.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I offered.
24-7 Bulldogs, 3:32 left to go here in the third quarter. Ben Davis takes over. They'll have the ball at their own 21-yard line, looking to drive and score.
It's almost like it's on a timer. I'm calling Verizon. They love it when I call them, too. We have some great conversations.
They do.
And figure out why that thing does. But thankfully, it's not been too much of a disruption. As the Bulldogs, you didn't miss anything. Just a kickoff there, and the ball started, what was it, Troy, about the 21-yard line?
21-yard line, yep.
Okay.
Nice kick coverage by the Bulldogs on the kick. Got an athletic kid that receives the ball, and they did a nice job of containing him. 25.
All right, so it'll bring up second down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Brock back to pass. Steps up, looking, throwing, got a man caught. It's across the 35 to the 40. Nice run. Very near the 45-yard line, Troy.
Ben Davis keeps showing signs of life, keeping their head above water, but they're going to run out of time here. 2:56 left to go in the third quarter. They're down 24-7, but they are moving the ball well. Again, we'll go back to left the ball on the turf at the Brownsburg 2 to start off the second half.
So it's a first down. Clock stopped while the chains were moved. Now they begin to wind again. Snap, ball on the ground. Brock got it back, rolling out, and now they'll rule it.
Ball's down.
Down. Okay, so Bulldogs will take it. It's a loss on the play, and it's second down.
Probably go down as a loss of maybe none. They're going to still say, no, they're going to say loss of 3.
Shane says you sound good.
3 or 2. Thank you.
Everybody says you sound good. I've been doing this since I was 17 years old, and never once has somebody said I sound good. You're here for
some positive attributes.
8 minutes, and
nice defense by the Bulldogs. Got in there again on the defensive side. Get a push on the line of scrimmage and keep the running back from the Giants in the backfield.
You're like the Snooki of the broadcasting team.
Snooki or Snooki? I'm not.
Is it Snooki?
Yeah.
Well, he shows how often
obviously we don't watch that show, which I think is a compliment.
She knew.
We will tell you who told us what her name was. We'll keep that between us. Keep that between us.
All right, so it's 3rd and 12 from the 42. Brock rolling right, throwing on the run. It's caught, but he's short of a first down.
Nice catch, though, on the sideline. A defender all over him. McDowell, number 81 for the Giants with the reception. Keeps his feet in bounds, gets pushed out by the receiver, by the defender. That was number 11.
And now a whistle. We've got an equipment problem for the Bulldogs. It looks like, let's see who that is, number 11. And that's...
no, that's all right.
I think it's Jeremy Shupert.
Jeremy Shupert, number 11, sophomore, with a nice stop there to keep him from getting across the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 1. This is a huge down. It's a long one, too. Looks like the first down marker is right...
Be careful of the big play here.
45.
Let's see what Ben Davis has in mind. Bulldogs linebackers creeping up as they think it's going to be a run. Brock taking his time, slow to make the call.
He's going to use that play clock, try and get the Bulldogs to jump off sides.
He will not be able to do it now. There's movement. Ball's on the floor, and flags fly. Bulldogs got the ball back, but the officials are waving it off. I think we had movement before the ball was snapped. Yeah, so that will negate the fact that the Bulldogs get the ball back, but it will be 5 yards in favor of Brownsburg.
If it is against the Giants, it's going to be 4th and 6 for Ben Davis at this point. And you got to think, if it's 24-7 right now, they've got to really think about going for this anyway.
So it was that false start like we talked about, Troy. And it will move them back into their own territory at the 49. As you said, being down 17 points, they're going to go for it. Here come the Bulldog fans to their feet. This could be it for Ben Davis. Brock down under center, takes the snap. Play action, rolling out. He's got time. He's flush. Now he's going to run with it. He's got to try to get there. Not even close. Bulldogs hold.
Nice containment by the Bulldogs. Again, you got an athletic, good quarterback in Brock with a lot of speed, a lot of good moves in the backfield. He comes back towards our side of the field, towards the Brownsburg bench, and they do a nice job of containing him and avoiding the big play, avoiding what would have been a huge first down or 4th down conversion for Ben Davis had they been able to do it.
You know, you always get that feeling, Troy, watching these guys, that like we're more nervous up here in the booth than they are in the field. It's just, whatever.
A lot of composure there. That's a big down. The Brownsburg's really got to start feeling that energy on the sideline right now. They got to be careful to contain it, not get ahead of themselves. I still will go back to the fact this Ben Davis team's capable of scoring a bunch of points in a hurry, although they haven't really proved it yet tonight.
All right, so here come the Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage. 1:31 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Brownsburg with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Good going through the plays here. Now comes set. Give to Beverstock. He will run forward to the midfield mark. Flag on the play, and I think it might be a motion penalty maybe on the ball. It is, yeah. Dutra was moving. And I don't know if that was the infraction. It was in the backfield.
Dutra might get a little anxious there on that play. No positive yardage on the play for the Bulldogs nonetheless.
It's not the CFL. You can't be moving forward.
No, you cannot. You can't get a running start. Or the AFL, Arena Football League, would be the same way.
Okay, so either way, it'll move the ball back 5 yards, and the Bulldogs will be at first down again. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from did it again, every time. Ben Davis High School. I don't know. Maybe our friend Mr. Robeson can give us an Avon update at some point. We've got it on
Nothing?
on Audio Sports Online. We got that game. You can tune over there. We want you to stay here, though, of course. Snap, pitch, Dutra, and nice job there to stay in bounds, cutting it back, taking less yardage to keep the clock running.
Absolutely. Nice play by Dutra. He stays in bounds. The clock's running. A minute left now in the third quarter with that 17-point lead for the Bulldogs. And I really can't stress enough. I mean, we're a 67-yard touchdown pass negated. If we can keep that from happening, this is a shutout. The Bulldogs have dominated this football game at this point in time.
Yeah, and, you know, again, give huge credit to the Brownsburg fans. They've done an excellent job of coming out in support tonight. It couldn't have been a better night so far for Brownsburg. Snap, give, Beverstock across midfield down to about the 46-yard line. And again, Troy, I mean, I realize Dutra and Reagan will probably touch the ball again at some point, as will Good, but you would have to think 85% of the carries from here on in, 34 with the football.
I agree.
All right, so that'll do it for the third. We are 1 quarter away from perhaps the biggest win since the 1985 state championship for these Bulldogs, as they lead it 24-7. Troy, tell us about somebody who's helped us pay the bills.
There are a lot of legal issues you're going to have to work out in life, and Brahman Law Offices on Main Street in Brownsburg can help. They are specialists with will preparation, prenuptial agreement, and can even handle divorce cases. Brahman Law Offices, 128 Main Street in Brownsburg. Call them for all your legal needs, no matter what they are. The Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation Center offers private suites for short-term rehabilitation. The nursing department at Brownsburg offers care for your loved one as you would care for them. When you need short-term rehabilitation or someone in your family needs long-term care, come to the people who care for you. Call them today at 852-3123. Brownsburg Nursing and Rehabilitation, 1010 Hornaday Road in Brownsburg.
I would like to say hi to Shane's wife, Teresa. You know Teresa.
I do.
She owns the payroll department.
Well, hi.
She's a big wig in Brownsburg.
She is. Anyone that owns something has the word payroll in it.
Yeah, pretty much all the money in Brownsburg flows through the payroll department. So we want to say hi to her. And I mean, I just want to let the public know, because we've had some text messages come in. I mean, I'm not jealous of your skill set.
Well, I
don't, you know, we got to work together starting January 1st. So
I enjoy it.
So I mean,
this has been great. I just really appreciate the opportunity XRB gives me through you, and you've given me tonight to be back in the booth. I've really enjoyed it.
And you've been out for like 20 years,
I
right?
have.
Yeah. Just think about how good you'll be in like 6 weeks. good on the rollout.
Well,
throws it away.
I got to tell you, I hope that we can conclude this at a booth at Lucas Oil Stadium. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
That would be excellent. I have done, let's see, four games there this year.
Excellent.
So I would love to do a fifth. No, 5. 4 in one day and 5.
Did all 4 games that day.
I did. That was a load of fun.
I bet it was.
Talk about a long day.
A lot of hot dogs and nachos.
You know, sometimes, you know,
That's how I would have got through.
We'll tell the public this. In broadcasting, this is how this works. When they write you the check up front, you go, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. When it comes time to execute the actual work involved in receiving the check, whew.
And then after you feed yourself throughout the day,
well, that's true.
And you go, especially in the stadium,
yes.
NFL stadium.
Yeah, we told Brian Scott did the game with me. I told him, I said, you get 1 food break on the company, so make it matter.
Make it matter. Exactly.
And he actually sent me, so I found the cheapest thing on the menu.
Of course.
All right, so it'll bring up
box of Cracker Jacks for dinner.
The Bulldogs with the ball at the 36. The pitch was to Reagan, and he will probably get the initial line of scrimmage.
Here's the thing we may start to see now. The Giants are going to have to settle into that, play a little bit of desperate football. They've got to get a turnover here. If Brownsburg continues, Brownsburg gets a first down here. If they get 2 more first downs on this drive, I'll tell you what, you'll be really hard-pressed not to have the Bulldogs putting this thing to bed early.
Special hello to Brownsburg Chamber of Commerce Director Brian Rose, listening back in his palatial. I believe he does live in Brown Township.
Well, yes, he does.
Brown Township Estate,
yes,
so he is one of your constituents.
He is.
2nd down and 10. Avon 24, Pike 21. 5 minutes left to go in the 4th. Thank you to Jason Dozier.
It's a good football game up there at Pike. Pike, of course, coming off of having some outstanding seasons a couple years ago. Avon, just an up-and-coming program that has really started to make some noise in 5A football
in the state.
I'm
torn because when we started Audio Sports Online 5 years ago, Avon was our first client, and now we have more than 100. So, you know, it's like that special bond we've always had with Avon. Of course, I went to Brownsburg High School,
right?
Town councilman January 1, and I'm going to have to call a game next year between the the first client.
Yeah, we may have to call
my alma mater.
We have to call a game. Next week.
I might
next week
parlay myself out of the broadcast booth with the result of that game either way. But we thank Aaron Steffi for doing his fair duty and heading out there for the game.
Penalty against the Dogs. 10 yards, going to make it 3rd and 20. Ball's on the 46. We're about 10 minutes and 55 seconds left to go.
Got away with maybe a false start there on the quarterback. He
came up behind center.
Yeah, he was quick on his feet, though.
Realized Brownsburg stolen the football. They're going for a kill shot.
And it's
there's
intercepted.
A big turnover that they didn't need.
Yeah.
And this is what I talked about a little bit ago. Interception down the right side.
And that was on the interception, number 20.
Mike Taylor with the pick. Good stepped up in the pocket, and I got to tell you, that was not even really that close.
Yeah, that was Bulldogs trying to hit a home run there, and unfortunately for them, could not do it. So Ben Davis will get the ball back. Good news for Brownsburg. It is deep in their own territory at the 17-yard line. And the Bulldog defense, who has been stellar all evening long, back onto the field.
Bulldog defense has to come on the field and just kind of go with the mindset is we're going to minimize the damage that was done by that interception with 10:45 left and up 17 points.
Oh, and there's a false start. That'll help the Bulldogs out as number 54 for the Giants, and that is DeMarcus Walker moving.
Ben Davis just playing really undisciplined football, really from the onset here. I'll go back to what we've said before. We said earlier, we talked at halftime, 45 yards and unsportsmanlike and roughing penalties in the first half alone. And they've racked up a substantial amount of penalty yardage here.
High snap. Brock comes down with it. Rolling right, rolling, throwing on the run. And that ball is caught on the far side of the field. A huge gain. Still going. Goodbye. He's off to the races.
McDowell, number 81, down the right sideline, stays on his feet. Touchdown.
And a flag comes in late, though. So we may have a flag. And I think you're right. I think it's going to be a block in the back that will save a touchdown. It'll still be a huge gain because it'll be a spot of the foul penalty. And the Bulldogs missed about 3 tackles on that play, Troy.
Well, I got to tell you, they're making us look smart because we said we don't need a turnover. We got it, and we've talked about Ben Davis being capable of that big play, 67-yard touchdown pass in the first half, and then boom, here we go. Down the right sideline, the roughing or the block in the back is probably going to negate this touchdown.
Very reminiscent of that Rangers-Cardinals game last night, where it was like every time you thought it was over.
I thought we might get a chance to talk about that. What a great, of course, baseball being very close to my heart and I played most of my life. What a great sport. What a great event. What a great game. Probably one of the best baseball games I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. So they got a block in the back and an unsportsmanlike conduct on Ben Davis. So that'll move them back 15 from the block in the back penalty. What a terrible play.
Absolutely. And this is what I talked about. Undisciplined football that Ben Davis is playing. They got to do better than this or they're not going to be able to stay in this game at all.
Basically a 25-yard penalty there, Troy. Still a huge gain on the play, but the ball goes back to the 28 from the 3-yard line.
And takes 6 points off the board. Negates the touchdown.
Right. So now Ben Davis will have the ball at the 28. And Brock down under center. Snap, pitch, now reverse, and with room to run. Now the Bulldogs will smell it out. Dutra wraps him up and takes him. A great play by Chase Dutra and Bobby Carr, both of them in there.
Nice job by Brownsburg defense again, not overrunning the ball, not overplaying the play, really paying attention to what's going on, showing a lot of discipline. 10 minutes left to go here in the game. They're up 17.
Yeah, we'll talk about that World Series here in just a second. But 3 receiver set. Brock rolling right, rolling, looking, stepping up, throwing, got a man. Oh, and he missed him. He was wide open in the middle of the field. And I think that was number 19. And that is Caleb Cornett. Now, see, here's my thing with the World Series, because I love Nolan Ryan. I did a video blog the other day.
Absolutely.
About Nolan Ryan.
Absolutely.
And how I think we should have like Nolan Ryans in government.
Yeah.
But and I hate the Cardinals as a Cubs fan.
Me too.
So I was a little upset last night.
I was too. I just really think the Rangers have played great baseball. Ron Washington has really managed himself wonderfully in this series so far.
Okay, so 3rd down now. Brock rolling, throwing over the head of his intended receiver, incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th down, and 10 from the 28.
Ben Davis very out of sorts right now. Brock threw the ball way over the head of any eligible receiver, threw the ball almost out of bounds on the right side. And Brownsburg's really got to start feeling good about their status or their state in this game. Up 17, 9:51 left to go in the game.
All right, 4th down. And if the Bulldogs could escape, as we've got a timeout now on the field, and I didn't see who called it, but the Bulldogs fans will come to their feet. Let's tell us about Westside Plumbing there, Troy.
Westside Plumbing, when plumbing problems arise, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they will be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing. 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County.
All right, game reset for you. 9:51 left to play, 4th quarter. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis coming to you from Ben Davis High School. Bulldogs lead at 24-7. Ben Davis facing a 4th and 10 from the 28-yard line.
It's been a tale of two completely different football teams tonight, Rob. Disciplined, good, consistent football, controlling the line of scrimmage by the Bulldogs. Undisciplined, a little bit of sloppy football by Ben Davis on their side of the ball. 9:51 left, Dogs lead by 17.
High snap, Brock back to pass, steps up, throwing down the middle. It is caught. Great catch, and a flag comes in. That's probably going to be interference on the Bulldogs, but a tremendous catch by McDowell, who was the recipient of what could have been a touchdown a few plays ago.
McDowell comes up limping, is tapping on the helmet, trying to get to the sidelines. Did miss a couple of games earlier this year with an injury.
It is pass interference, so give Ben Davis some credit on that one. Great pass by Brock and a nice job by McDowell using his size and leaping ability to go up there and make that reception.
That's that athletic ability we talked about all night, but Ben Davis has just not had the opportunity to take advantage of that. They've not done a good job of really exploiting that athletic ability and that athletic advantage that they might have against Brownsburg.
Snap, pitch. Osborne has it, room to run. He's to the 2, to the 1, touchdown. And is in for a touchdown. So Ben Davis is still alive with 9:28 left to play in the ball game.
Lamont Osborne goes right of center, puts his head down, gets into the end zone, touchdown Giants, and the ability still exists to make this game interesting. 9:28 left. Brownsburg leads 24-13. Ben Davis lining up for the extra point.
And this will make it a 10-point game. So, again, all the momentum that Brownsburg had accrued there kind of slipping out the window momentarily as Ben Davis still just 2 scores down with 9:28 left to play in the football game. How big is that fumble at the 2-yard line?
Oh, it's
for
huge.
Ben Davis? Wow.
Another, like we've said, undisciplined.
So a penalty against Brownsburg.
Not holding on to the ball.
Didn't see what the call was, but a penalty against. Eric Sullivan will be the kicker now. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. So Sullivan cuts the Bulldog lead to 10 points. You knew it wouldn't be easy.
No, a lot of football left, Rob. 9:28 left to go in the game. A 10-point lead for Brownsburg. Really important for the Bulldogs to get the football, hold on to the football after they get the kickoff. First of all, field that kickoff well and hold on to the football, be responsible with it. And they've got to get a couple of first downs, get a little bit more time off that clock. We'll go back to it again. Ben Davis, very capable, as they've shown, scoring a lot of points fast.
All right. So I saw Bo Hill, special teams guy for the Bulldogs, who played at Brownsburg. His father, Gray Hill, the athletic director, really trying to get the troops together there. Obviously, an onside kick certainly a possibility at this point for the Giants.
Yeah, I agree. It would be a little early in a lot of people's book to do so, but at this point in time, that athleticism we talked about, being able to get downfield, that leaping ability that the Ben Davis receivers
and here they go.
Have, and here they go. They're going to line up for such and try and get a recovery here.
Now, this may be a decoy, too, as the Bulldogs obviously believe it is a very real threat.
Well, I really don't think that the Ben Davis coaching staff wants to give the ball back to Brownsburg. They're going to pound the ball. They're going to run the ball. They've proven they can do that, and again, they've controlled the line of scrimmage this entire game.
Now, the Giants, I think it was a personal foul penalty was the call against the Bulldogs, so the Giants will kick off from the Bulldog 45, which is a huge break for them. Even if Brownsburg recovers the ball, they're still in their own territory because of that penalty.
Good coaching decision by the Ben Davis staff.
There's the onside kick. Ball's on the ground.
Ball got kicked.
And Ben Davis got it back. Well, now the scrum is on, but the Giants had it.
And it looks early like they got the football back.
It hit a Bulldog. And the
45, I got to be honest with you, there's something I've never seen before. Good decision by the BD coaching staff to go with the onside kick. Number 7, Brock for the Giants is going to be in the shotgun and going to take the snap.
So as you can see there, those of you now just joining us again on High School Cube, Ben Davis got the ball back, and it was a long fight for the football. But Ben Davis got it back, and Brock with a big run on first down. Ball now at the 25-yard line of the Bulldogs. And that should be enough for a first. Yeah, no, it's going to be just short of a first down.
Brock shows a lot of speed there, taking the ball, gets his own number called, rolls right as center up towards the Ben Davis sideline, just short of the first down, 2nd 1.
So now Ben Davis gives to Osborne, breaks free. No, check that. That's McGee. That's McGee, isn't it? And he's still going, and he is inside the 10, down to the 6. 21, Chris McGee with the run, and
we might have a clock issue here. I don't think the clock started. It was 9:07 left before the snap, and the clock still is at 9:07.
Yep.
There we go. Now the clock runs.
Boy, just a game. If you're a Bulldogs fan, that you were 1 4th down stop away from it being over, and now Ben Davis is knocking on the door. They were knocking on the door before, though, and the Bulldogs got a big turnover. That's Osborne. Cuts it back, breaks a couple tackles, and is in for the touchdown.
I got to tell you, what a great run by Osborne. He takes the pitch. He looked like a Big Ten running back or a high-level college football running back. He took that ball. He exploded through the line of scrimmage right at center and went right into the end zone. And I tell you what, here's the Giants, Rob. This extra point will make it a 3-point game. 8:48 left to go here in the game in the second half.
And Brownsburg looks relatively shocked at this point. They got to get it together quick. That kick is up and it is good. And so with 8:48 left to play in the football game, Ben Davis has put 14 points on the board in a matter of just basically a minute and a half. And well.
Everybody's stunned.
40 seconds.
40 seconds to
I'm glad he's here.
I am too.
Hey, got any of those candy bars left?
40 seconds for the touchdown drop.
What you got?
This is exactly what we talked about. Everybody in 5A football in Indiana knows that Ben Davis is always athletic. They're always fast, and they're always capable of scoring points fast. That's exactly what they've done in this football game. What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby who helps you make life a little bit easier. It's State Farm agent Pete Fay. He takes the time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for your child's college education or planning for your retirement, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit Farm Agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield Drive, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This just in, we'll be trick-or-treating at Rick's house this year.
You know, there's still small candy bars. You know, the Gold Mine House is the one with the regular size candy bars. You know, it's an investment in Halloween.
Or at the Weimer House where they put out the double-sized Snicker.
Double-sized Snickers here in the booth. I haven't had a chance to eat it yet, so I probably won't till the game's over. This is exciting football. We said early on in the first half, Dogs are up 17-0. We said we're going to see one of two things: a blowout or a great football game. It looks like we got the latter.
Yeah, 8:48 left to go now, 24-21. Bulldogs will receive the kick. Here it is. It's a high end-over-end kick. It'll be taken by Dutra at the 10. He's to the 15, now to the 20, now to the 25. Gets the corner and is out near about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. So decent field position for Brownsburg with 8:42 left to play. And from Brett Comer's perspective, you really throw everything you were going to do out the window of that ball control thing. Now it's you're running your normal plays again.
Exactly. The Bulldogs need some points. This 3-point lead is not safe in this environment. It's really important that the Giants, on the other hand, play really disciplined defense right now. They have to avoid those penalties, those costly penalties that they've had that have really made a difference in this football game at this point, as they only trail by 3 with 8:42 left to go in the game.
All right, so here come the Bulldogs. Good down under center. Give is to Beverstock. He will lean forward, and he is across the 30 to about the 31. Gain of a yard or two on first down. Again, the key is to remain calm for him.
Absolutely, and the Giants are playing. They're really excited. They're really getting a lot of energy on their sideline and on the field, but they got to be careful. The high school referees are going to be really fast to throw that unsportsmanlike flag if it happens. And that's going to cost them 15 yards. They got it 2nd and 8. That was a nice defensive stop by Ben Davis. 2nd and 8 to 31. 8 minutes and 10 seconds seconds left to go in the game.
As Kevin Bacon says in Animal House, all is well.
All is well.
Down under center. Good. Snap. Give. Beverstock barrels ahead, and it looked like he had a hole there for a minute, Troy, but it got filled up. Nice job by the Ben Davis secondary coming up to make the stop, and that was... There, let me pull that one up. That way I won't ruin your high-priced phone there.
Yeah.
Antonio Allen coming up to make the hit. So third down, they need to get to about the 37, 38. They've got it at the 34.
To say this play is huge is an understatement. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. The clock running. 10 seconds left on the play clock. And Brownsburg's coming to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5. Balls on the Brownsburg 34. 7:20 left to go in the game.
Down under center. Good. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Has time. Throwing. And there's a flag pass interference on Allen on Bobby Carr. And you could see that from the gas station across the street.
Yeah, you can definitely see it from here, from the booth. You can definitely see it from the Brownsburg sideline. These Brownsburg fans obviously saw it, as you can tell by the noise. The defender came in. He came right over the right shoulder with his hand, had his left hand on the receiver. Good call by the official. First down for Brownsburg.
So the Bulldogs will have first down and 10. And I'll tell you what, gutsy call by Brett Comer to throw the football there.
I gotta admit, as when I saw the play take off and the snap, and he dropped back into the pocket, I thought, oh, that's not what we probably want to do.
Now that's a 15-yard penalty in high school too.
It is.
So even though it was about a 5-yard pass, it's still a 15-yard penalty.
College
Snap.
rule.
Beverstock has it, leans into Ben Davis territory. First down, Bulldogs.
Beverstock earned that, just pounded the ball left to center to get some yardage there. Looks like for a gain of about 5. They're going to call it 4, 2nd and 6 from the 45. Ben Davis 45. Avon seems to be in control at the game in Pike. They're up 24-21 with possession and in a situation where they can run out the clock. So it looks like if the score stays the same, we'll have a Brownsburg-Avon matchup next week. The winner of this game to face the Orioles.
It'll be at Avon. Well,
at Avon no matter what.
La-di-da.
There you go.
Because Avon has not had a home game yet.
There you go.
So if it were Pike, I think we might have a shot at... Give is to Welch. He breaks free, and he is inside the 40, down to the 35. Nice job. And I'll tell you what, Welch has kind of been an unsung hero of this game with his sporadic great running.
Beverstock checks out of the game. Welch checks into the game. Gets his number called. Number 32 goes left to center for the first down. 6:20 left. 1st and 10. Ball on the Ben Davis 35 for the Bulldogs. They lead 24-21.
Tick, tick, tick goes the clock as the Bulldogs trying to hang on. They led by 17 points twice in this game. They now lead by 3. Good down under center. Snap. Beverstock is met at the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes in late from the back, so we'll see what that means.
Probably going to be holding against the Bulldogs, but it came in a little bit late, so we'll have to wait on the call from the official here. Holding against Brownsburg.
Holding against Brownsburg, so they'll move them back 10 yards. And we will see what happens here. Obviously, we know what happens here. They'll walk backwards 10 yards. But now,
make it 1st and 20.
If you're Brownsburg, does that change your play calling here? Because, again, the clock is still your friend.
You know what they say, the old saying, dance with the one that brung you?
Yep.
I think that's what they got to do here. Run the football, pound the line of scrimmage. They've controlled it throughout the game. Even though they're only up by 3 at this point. Like you said, they've led by 17 points twice. And 5:50 left. 1st and 21 from their own, or from the Ben Davis 46.
Now, on a good note for Brownsburg, the clock does start again, so they do get some more time run off to run another play. Now, they will pass here. Good throwing up to Dutra, and it is almost caught. That was almost an incredible catch.
He almost caught the ball off of his shin.
Yeah,
he really stayed with the ball well.
He was looking for pass interference. Now, again, the only question with that is, though, Troy, is it stops the clock.
It does stop the clock. David Wall is the senior on the defender. I think the Brownsburg bench thought he was face guarding a little bit, may have had his hands in there. I think it's a good no call by the official, letting him play a little bit. This is real clutch football. 5:39 left. Dogs lead by 3, 24-21. 2nd and 21. Ball on Ben Davis 46, Rob.
Rob Kendall along with Troy Weimer. Rick Mullis working the camera for us tonight from Ben Davis High School. Bulldogs lead at 24-21. What a football game it's been. Give is to Beverstock. Breaks it to the right side, now cuts it back, and he is taken down.
Stayed in bounds.
But he did stay in bounds at about the 42-yard line. So a gain of about 4. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 16. And a decision time for Brownsburg. Do you play for field position or do you try to pick up the first down?
Just exactly what I was thinking. I got to tell you, I think you need to try and pick up the first down here. Ben Davis is explosive on offense. If you're playing for field position and you're going to hand the ball off and try and get 5 yards and push Ben Davis back a little bit before you can punt, that's something to think about. But I think you need to really go for the throat here, figuratively speaking. 3rd and 17, 5 minutes left, up by 3, ball in the Ben Davis 42.
Beverstock, the lone man in the backfield. All sorts of movement up there. No penalty called. Good looking, throwing, and he throws it away. That looked like a dysfunctional play from the word go. And Ben Davis will get the ball back with 4:52 left to play in the football game.
Quarterback roll out to the right side, coming towards the Brownsburg bench in our broadcasting booth. And from our vantage point, there was nothing developing. Absolutely nothing. Everybody was covered. And I tell you what, it was a good decision to throw the ball out of bounds as opposed to making a bad pass there and causing a turnover, giving Ben Davis good field position on a turnover.
Number 67, Ellis Evans, came over for the Bulldogs on the sideline, and he was upset. I don't think he was upset at anything in particular other than the fact that they just didn't get the first down. But
first down.
Now Reagan will kick it away. It's a line drive kick. It'll hit at about the 15. Nice kick, depending on where they spot it at. Boy, good kick, because there was no return on that.
Was a real nice kick. No returns, the key. They kept the ball away from the Ben Davis return man, who was back there and poised to try and run that thing back and give them really good field position.
Well, Brett Comer was a defensive star at Brownsburg. He was the defensive coordinator for years at Brownsburg, and now it will be his defense that will try to move his best chance to win a state championship forward.
I absolutely agree with you right there. This is all going to fall in the defense's hands, no matter the outcome of this game. They're either going to win it or they're going to lose it. They've given up 21 points here in the second half. We got a 3-point lead they need to protect. Ben Davis with the football at their own 15, 1st and 10.
What a game. And it plays on now. Brock down under center. Snap. Back to pass. Rolling. Throwing on the run. Got a man caught across the 20. Ball is loose. Was it loose? No. It looked like it was. Boy. That was just. I just made that up. The ball was not loose.
Sisney with the reception from Brock going around the right side. And holds on to the football.
And an official's timeout as they call for a measurement. Looked like the ball came loose there, but I think that was just me. Look out, Rick.
That was purple flying about on the field that confused you.
Yeah, it was. The ball's on the far side of the field, a little hard for us to see.
This is good right here. This is good for the Giants right here. Gives them a little bit of a breather on offense. Stops the clock for the measurement. 4:35 left. Bulldogs lead by 3. They get the first down. That's also big. If not, it's just going to be second and very short. First down for Ben Davis.
First down for Ben Davis.
On the measurement. Going to put the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Two receivers going wide to the left for the Giants.
Yeah, almost everybody on the Brownsburg and Ben Davis sides of the field are standing now. Fans are really into it.
Brock down under center. Snap. Quick drop. And he's hit. But he got it loose. What a big hit he took. But he got the ball free.
The ball goes out to number 21, Chris McGee, senior. Brock took a big hit right as he pitched the ball, knocked him back.
5-yard gain. What?
The type of hit that you think might have got a flag in it.
Yeah, and I don't even know how he got the ball loose there. I have no idea.
It almost looked like the ball just popped out of his hand. He was just in the midst of that pitch.
We're under 4 minutes now. Down under center.
Two receivers.
Snap.
For Ben Davis.
Brock. Give. And it's going to be enough for a first down, I think. As the officials will... No signal yet. Still no signal. First down. There it is. So the chains will move. with 3:50 left to play. So time is not going to be a factor in this one, Troy.
Lawrence with the carry for the first down there. I know Ben Davis playing with a lot of confidence now. 3:48 left, down by 3. Not looking for the big play, running the football, staying with fundamentals.
Snap, back to pass, steps up, throwing it. It is nearly intercepted on the far side of the field. And that was number 22 for the Bulldogs.
Seth Bronger, this freshman.
No, Garrett Ish, number 22.
Oh, see, 2 22s again, Rob. They confuse us again.
Yeah. He's put some hits this year. That's one you definitely remember.
There you go.
Not oftentimes the defense gets their name called quite a bit, but he has had some great hits this year. 3 receivers wide to the left. Brock under center. Quarterback keeper moving forward, and he is swallowed up in the pile. Short gain on the play.
Giants have got to be thinking about that clock a little bit. We're under 3.5 minutes left. Down by 3. They're looking at 3rd and 7, ball on their own 39-yard line. The Giants keep setting up with trips left, 2 receivers left, all that type of stuff. You got to think they're going to throw the football here soon as Brock's in the shotgun.
Snap. It is a quarterback keeper. Brock is swallowed up and taken down, and the biggest play of the ball game is coming up with 3 minutes left to play.
I got to tell you, I really do not understand that play call by the Ben Davis coaching staff, going right of center on a quarterback sneak with your athletic receivers and all that type of stuff. They went trips left, obviously as a decoy for the quarterback sneak. They've had little success with that play, and I'm really surprised by the play call.
We welcome those of you listening on XRB Radio, 1610 AM, watching on highschoolcube.com. What a ball game. 4th down. Brock rolling, left, rolling, throwing, got a man caught. It's a first down at midfield. Boy, the Bulldogs just couldn't keep track of all of them, and I think that was McDowell.
Number 81, McDowell, with the reception on the near side of the field, right in front of the Brownsburg bench, gets out of bounds. First down, stops the clock, 2:31 left, down by 3. The ball is going to be at the 49 of the Bulldogs.
Great opportunity there for the Bulldogs, and they just lost track of McDowell, who has been so big here in the 4th quarter. And now it'll bring up another 1st and 10 for the Giants of Ben Davis. Flip him over.
There you go.
Brock on the run. He's going to scamper with the football. Room to run. Busts it free. Inside the 40 to the 35 and is taken down at the 33. The legs of Brock picking up big yardage. Matt Brock, the senior. First down and 10.
There's
Ben
that
Davis.
athletic ability again. Brownsburg did not move up and help contain the quarterback. They didn't have anybody spying him. He keeps the ball, gets his own number called, runs a big yardage for the first down.
2:22 left. Brock, give. It's that's Allen and McGee rather, and McGee is inside the 20 to the 16. And it's all Ben Davis now clearing holes, and Brownsburg needs to take a moment to compose themselves because they can still.
Chris McGee, the senior, what a great run right of center.
Down under center, and now whistles blowing before the ball was snapped. Timeout, Ben Davis.
Obviously, the Giant coaching staff saw something they didn't like. Very crucial 1st and 10 play right there. Ball's going to be at the 18, 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. Well, I really got to tell you how impressed I am with the athleticism of the Giants in the second half of football. We both said it going into halftime. We're not going to see the same Giant football team in the second half that we saw in the first half. That absolutely is the case here. They have really come out. Great job of the Giants coaching staff of making adjustments at halftime, kind of taking over this game and playing it the way they want to play it, making an athletic football game, using their speed, using the athleticism of their quarterback, Brock, to get some points on the board. Now we got a 3-point game. The ball's at the 18-yard line, 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. The Bulldogs lead by 3, 24-21.
2 minutes, 11 seconds left to play. Brownsburg leads at 24-21. Rob Kendall, Troy Weimer, Rick Mullis from Ben Davis High School. The Giants are in field goal range. Ball at the 17-yard line. And, well, it comes down to this. Here we go. Brock down under center. Snap. Give. And it's McGee again, and he is stopped at about the 16. Short gain on first down, about 2 yards.
I will tell you this. This is one of the situations where you wonder what's Ben Davis going to do. A minute 56 left. I got to tell you, if you get yourself in the position, if you got to show a little bit of confidence in that kicker, if you can get a little bit closer, you got to go for the tie.
Brock rolling, throwing, got a man in the flat. It's caught, but he's pushed out of bounds after a short gain.
Donovan Sisney, the senior, with the catch.
At the 13-yard line.
Jordan Reagan pushes him out, gets the stop, gets him out of bounds, but the clock stops. 3rd and 5, ball's going to be on the 13, Rob.
Brings up a huge 3rd down and 5. Let's see what they elect to do. Third and 5. Minute 44 left to play. Clock has stopped. Snap. Pitch. It's Osborne cutting it back. He's inside the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. First down, and a flag comes in late. Let's see what that was.
Lamont Osborne, so explosive out of the backfield. He takes that pitch, hits that hole on the right side, and gets Ben Davis down inside the 5-yard line. We got this flag. We'll let the referee sort her out, see what the call is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, but on who? On Ben Davis.
There we go.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
60 yards and penalties on the Giants are just on unsportsmanlike calls and personal fouls, including a roughing the kicker that changed the possession of the ball back to the Giants.
Unbelievable. A 15-yard penalty. Now, he's going to get the first down here, I think, because it occurred after the play.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 19. So really, it's 1st and 19. A minute 40 left. Giants trail by 3.
Clock moving. Brock, shotgun, rolling right side, gets past the initial line of scrimmage and runs his way down to about the 12-yard line. Now
clock continues to run, Rob. Minute 25 left.
Minute 20. Clock still moving.
I think the Giants are okay. They got what they need to do right now is remain calm. Well, I was going to say, I think they're okay with that clock running. Even in getting inside a minute, they got their timeouts left, and they're in a position for a field goal if they can't get in the end zone to tie the game.
Here they come. Brock, snap. Now, pitch. Osborne cuts it back. He's down to about the 6-yard line. And it'll bring up a huge 3rd down here with 57.2 seconds left to play. They could get a first down, of course, Troy, because the personal foul. So it's 1st and goal now.
Yeah, again, a little bit of undisciplined football by the Giants. Put them at 1st and goal from the 19. Clock continues to run. We're inside 50 seconds. 24-21 Bulldogs. 1st and goal from the 6.
Snap. Back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, running for the sideline. He's hit, still going, taken down at the 5. Brock could not get into the end zone, and Ben Davis
Giants are calling timeout,
will spend a timeout with 32.9 seconds left to play.
What a great football game. Can't say it enough. The first half, completely dominated by the Brownsburg Bulldogs. The second half has been all Ben Davis. Their offense has really shown their explosiveness and athleticism. This is going to be a great finish. 32.9 seconds left, 24-21 Brownsburg. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line is where the Giants sit right now. People starting to get tired too. That fatigue is starting to set in a little bit. I will tell you this. As far back as intense as Ben Davis has been throughout the second half, they're not thinking about a tie. They're going to find a way. They got 2 downs. They get that ball in the end zone. A 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
How many timeouts does Ben Davis have left?
I believe they have 2 left. I believe that was their first timeout of the second half.
Okay. Avon won 24-21. So Avon is in. They will play the winner. Snap, pitch, Osborne cutting it to the far side of the field. Gets around one man, will not get around the second, and he is rifled out of bounds.
Great defense in pursuit by the Bulldogs right there. Not letting him make that cut to go back north and south. Made him run east and west. Gets him out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play.
3rd down and 3 yards to go for a touchdown. Again, timeout's irrelevant here because Ben Davis will take one if they don't score. Brock, snap, give, Osborne leaning forward, breaks off one tackle. He will not break a second. He will be stopped short, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I tell you what, this is a very interesting decision time here. Judging by with the status of the clock, and they haven't called a timeout, I think they're going to let that clock run down. They're going to call timeout and try and kick about an 11-yard field goal here, 12-yard field goal, what amounts really to an extra point,
right,
to tie this football game up. What a great job of coaching by the Ben Davis coaching staff in this second half.
Well, and
not to take anything away from the Bulldogs.
Give the Bulldogs credit here, Troy. It would have been very easy for them to simply just fold up here at the goal line, and they have not. Now, I don't think there's anything for sure here that they're going to necessarily kick this extra point or to kick this field goal.
I agree with you 100%. And Brownsburg has done a great job of showing that they can put defensive pressure when it counts. Ben Davis just drove that football down the field here. Had some big plays. Again, a big penalty against the Giants takes away some of that. They found themselves 1st and goal from the 19-yard line after the unsportsmanlike
This doesn't look a lot like a field goal unit. I think it is. I think you're right.
How does overtime work?
We'll explain that momentarily. Yes, it will be a field goal. So
I keep thinking about Michigan State, Notre Dame last year right here.
Yeah, obviously.
Have come storming back in the second half to tie this game at 24 all.
All right, and we apologize to everyone. We are back. We did lose the connection there, but the kick was good, as you can tell. Maybe you can't tell. The kick was good. I want to say hi to Kathy Jones tuning us in, and certainly appreciate her listening at home. But the kick was good, so we are now tied at 24. And, of course, that internet feed always chooses to go out at the most opportune time possible.
Yeah, it couldn't have been a worse time there. I don't suspect.
So the kick is good. Bulldogs will have one shot here.
9/10 of a second left. Barring a run back, we're going to overtime.
So, yeah, as you said, basically for the Bulldogs, one shot to but again, if they just squib the ball and the Brownsburg touches it, the half is essentially over. Snap, or the kick rather, is away. It's a high kick, fair catch, caught. And
the guy that called the fair catch didn't catch it, so that's going to cause a little bit of confusion, but he did make the signal.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what the official's saying is the guy that called the fair catch didn't make the catch, but they did blow it dead. So I think that's what the officials are talking about here is how much, if any, time do we put back up on the clock. Again, if you are just tuning in, Avon victorious tonight, 24-21 over Pike. So the game next week will be at Avon, regardless of who it is. We, of course, hope it's Brownsburg.
We do. They've got some work to do here in overtime.
And they
barring a miracle with 9/10 of a second left here.
And I think they called it. Well, the Bulldogs now are.
They're going to make them run a play.
Okay, so the Bulldogs are back on the field.
On the kickoff, the Brownsburg player was ruled down.
And so the ball's at the 20, and they'll have one shot. Now, I would actually be surprised if they run a play here.
I would agree. I think you need to take a knee, get to the sideline, regroup, take those. I think it's 5 minutes between the end of the game and the start of the overtime period. Take those 5 minutes, regroup.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go into the victory formation. Oh, well, they wish it was for victory, of course, but they'll take the knee, and that'll do it for regulation of one of the greatest high school football games you'll ever see anywhere, Troy.
And again, we can't say it enough. A tale of two completely different halves.
Yeah.
I mean, Brownsburg dominates the first half, really on both sides of the ball, coming up with big turnovers and so forth. Ben Davis goes to the locker room, things change. They come out and they really take charge of the field on the offensive side of the ball, scores some points quick. Even in the third quarter, Brownsburg still looked like they were very much in control of this game. Ben Davis owned the fourth quarter, and this game's tied 24-24 as we go to overtime. Again, all right. Nice turnout by the Brownsburg fans that traveled not a long distance, but down 74 and to 465 down to 10th Street here to Ben Davis on Indianapolis' west side. Giants and the Bulldogs going to overtime. Captains will take the field with the officials for the coin toss, Rob.
All right, hang on just a second here, Troy. I'm going to try to get a tape here for Rick. I didn't know we'd be needing extra tape.
Uh-oh. Rob Kendall, always prepared.
I am.
Always prepared.
See, Bob Costas doesn't have to worry about this when he's at the game.
You're exact. Bob Costas, Al Michaels, none of them have to worry about that.
Bob Costas is not providing his cameraman extra tape.
or eating his candy bars.
Yeah, that's right. Nor is he updating the wireless card, nor is he updating the scoreboard.
Captains from both teams are at not at midfield. They're congregating at the Brownsburg about 40-yard line on the south side of midfield right now.
It's from the 10 for high school. It's essentially each team gets a possession here.
IHSAA football overtime rules similar to NCAA football overtime rules, with the exception in college football the teams start at the 20-yard line and have their 4 downs and the ability to get a first down and either kick a field goal or score a touchdown. Here tonight, both teams will start at the 10-yard line. Ben Davis did win the toss. However, they've elected to go on defense first, and Brownsburg will have the football at the Ben Davis 10. It'll be first and goal, and they'll have 4 downs to try and either score a touchdown or a field goal.
All right, so here we go. First and 10. Bulldogs with the ball. Pitch. Give is to Dutra. He's got the corner inside the 5.
So it's going to be second and goal from about the 4 line. Dutra did another nice job of taking the pitch. Jumps over another tackler like he's done 2 or 3 times already in this game.
Don't sit on the box.
Puts his shoulder down and gets them down to about the 4. All right, well, they're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5.
Shane points out Costas makes more money than me. Shane has no idea how much I make.
That's exactly right. Although if I were a betting man.
So second down now from the 5. Good. Under center, snap, give, Beverstock, leaning ahead, spinning off, and he is in. Where's the, yes, there it is, touchdown.
Beverstock was stopped at about the 2-yard line. He just kept moving those legs, spins off the tackler, goes into the end zone, and now Ben Davis is forced with the proposition that they got to score a touchdown to stay in this.
So Brownsburg scores the touchdown. They do their part, and now it's Dowers to add the very important extra point.
Brandon Dowers, a sophomore, will kick it.
Snap, the kick is up, and it is good. So Dowers does his job, and the Bulldogs lead at 31-24.
Ben Davis will have the ball at the 10-yard line of Brownsburg. They have to score a touchdown to move this into what would essentially be another overtime round. The kicking a field goal is not an option. Going 4 and out is not an option. They have to score a touchdown. Interesting, in high school football, they don't change ends of the field for the overtime. They stay on the same side of the field.
All right, so here come the Giants. Brock, give, Osborne cuts it to the center of the field, and he is very close to a touchdown. Oh, they gave it to him.
Wow.
You got to be kidding me. He rolled into the end zone.
Looks like either his rear end or his knee may have been down at about the 2-yard line. But I got to tell you again, in spite of the call, McGee exploded after he got the football through the line of scrimmage. Or Osborne exploded after he got the ball through the line of scrimmage and scored that touchdown.
Okay, so now the important extra point for Sullivan. Sullivan with the kick. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. So Ben Davis responds.
Might be here all night, Rob.
We very, very well could be.
31-31. What a great football game. No matter who you're rooting for or what shade of purple you're wearing tonight, what a great football game.
Yeah, and this is just really a game. Keep in mind, Brownsburg season last year, Troy, ended in round 2 of sectional action at the 1-yard line against Avon.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Absolute heartbreaking loss at the 1-yard line against Avon. And here we are. I mean, there had to be a sense. I had the sense. I don't know if you had the sense or not. You probably did. This whole side of the field had the sense that Brownsburg was going to put this thing away,
yep.
Especially after we went the third quarter, and Ben Davis still was not showing any signs of life.
Right.
And then we go to the fourth quarter, and boom, they explode with that athletic offense that they have and tie the game up at 24-24. Now we're into overtime, 31-31.
So now we'll go to the other end of the field. And I think Ben Davis gets the ball first this time.
I believe you're right. The Giants will have it first and goal from the 10. Going left to right, I guess, on your radio dial, as they say.
That is correct. Boy, you even got the terminologies down. Boy, you're a real go-getter there, Weimer.
I've been waiting to say that all night, so I had to get it out. I'm glad we went to overtime.
I used to say it all the time, but most of the people watch it on the Cube now, so I don't,
Left to right on your computer screen, too, I guess.
Right.
It'll be the same thing.
Yeah, see, the operative one is computer screen or radio dial, however you have us tuned in.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right. So, Bulldogs will be on defense first now. And I would just run the same play if I were Ben Davis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Pitch to Lamont Osborne, number 25.
Brock down under center, snap, back to pass, rolling, throwing, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands, had a man open in the back of the end zone.
Jordan Holder, the senior.
Terrence Winfrey.
Terrence Winfrey, number 3.
Well, I thought it was a 5. Terrence Winfrey, number 3, not number 5.
You somehow keep ending up with my roster.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how that is. So interesting there, Troy. They went with the pass.
I find it very surprising, especially with the risk of a turnover.
Right. Well, I would imagine 25 will be getting the ball this time.
I would imagine in some shape, way, or form, Lamont Osborne, the senior.
There it is. There's the pitch. He will try to cut it back. He will. They'll bring it to the far side of the field.
You got to be kidding me. He's going to get a block.
And he's going to walk in for the touchdown.
What a great play. Matt Brock, the quarterback, makes a phenomenal block. As soon as Osborne changes direction and comes back the other way, number 7, Brock, the quarterback, he made the block that made him score the touchdown. It cleared him for the touchdown. Number 7 is as responsible for that score as is number 25.
Very Barry Sanders-esque.
Absolutely, he was. Just explosive out of the backfield.
You cannot, and that's why he's tough to tackle, because you can't over-pursue him, but yet you got to get up there and tackle him, or he just jets into the end zone.
Yep.
Snap is high, the kick is up, and it is good. So Osborne scores again.
The pressure. Eric Sullivan, number 33, Eric Sullivan with the kick. And he ties it. You know, and a lot of times, Rob, high school football, that extra point's not a gimme.
Right.
And I got to think that, you'd hate to see it come down to a 38-37 game with Brownsburg kicking an extra point. Although they have a very accomplished kicker, and somebody missed that. Or either one of those teams just come down to a missed extra point.
First time the Bulldogs have trailed.
You're exactly right. In overtime.
Yeah.
38-31, the first time Brownsburg has trailed in this football game all night after dominating the first 3 quarters of play here at Ben Davis.
All right, so here come the Bulldogs. Good down under center. There's the snap. Pitches to Reagan. Cuts it back and goes nowhere. Actually went backwards. A loss of about 4 on the play. That wasn't the start Brownsburg needed.
That was not the start they wanted at all. And they're going to have to get a little creative here. I got to tell you, I think the Brownsburg needs to think about going to Chase Dutra here, number 19. He's shown all night that he's a very capable back. He's athletic. He's jumping over receivers, really putting his head down, getting in the end zone. The Bulldogs are going to take a timeout.
And now the whistles blow, and a timeout is called by the Bulldogs. So, poor Rick. His fingers are about to fall off there.
It's not getting any warmer. Like we said, frost at the beginning of the broadcast, frost advisory tonight, the first one of the year for us.
Right. I, of course, came prepared.
You did. I just got the hoodie jacket on.
And you have your name on your jacket in case someone tries to steal it.
I do. My fiance makes fun of me all the time. She says, "Fireman, anytime you have a shirt, you have to put your name on it." So,
well, you guys are here to help.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now here's an interesting thought. If the Bulldogs score here, I'd just go for 2 and get it over with.
I tell you what, in the first half, I might have, or if they were playing like they were in the first half, really pushing on that line of scrimmage, it's something that you might want to think about.
All right, so
yeah, first, like we said, first Ben Davis lead of the night. First time Brownsburg has trailed all night, and they're down 38-31. Second and goal from the 14-yard line.
Down under center.
That last play,
snap,
loss of 4.
Give, it's Beverstock, barrels ahead, gets to about the 8, so he gets the 5 yards back that the Bulldogs lost on first down, but it'll bring up now 2 plays to tie the ball game. Obviously a conscientious thing by the coaching staff there to get it in 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, they're going to put it at about, it's going to say 3rd and 9, but it's a long 9. They're about the 9.5-yard line, actually. This is a big play.
That just kills you going backwards on that first down, Troy.
Absolutely, it does.
Kills you.
Obviously, because of the circumstances, you're in 4-down territory, but they may want to be trying to get this back in two clumps instead of 1.
Quarterback, no, a give is to Beverstock, and he will rumble ahead to about the 3-yard line.
Well, and here we go.
And this is it.
This is it.
They're going to put it, about the 3-yard line, just outside the 2. And this is your season.
Well, and I got to tell you, you can show a lot of confidence in Beverstock to hand the ball to him and try and let him score here, but Ben Davis has got to be thinking about that.
Quarterback keeper,
maybe a bootleg, a rollout pass or something like that Ben Davis doesn't see coming. But I got to think the Giants are going to shore up against number 34 from Brownsburg.
Here we go. Good under center. Snap. Give. It's Beverstock, and they push him forward, and he is...
No call. He's down to 1.
He's short. Over. He is short by about the nose of the football, and how is that possible that your season ends on the 1-yard line 2 years in a row?
Again, and you know what? It may not have even ended at the 1. It may have been about the half-foot line. And a lot of Brownsburg players on the field, very dejected. I mean, it's almost it's hard for us to fathom in the booth and this whole side of the field that the Bulldogs lost this football game. And how ironic, like you said again, Rob, 2 seasons in a row, it ends at the 1-yard line of the opponent, unable to get into the end zone.
Boy, the give was to Isaac Beverstock, and Ian Good tried to push him forward, and unfortunately for Brownsburg, they just didn't have that final push in them, and that unbelievable, Troy. 2 years in a row in 2 very similar games, the season stops on the 1-yard line.
I can't even begin to think about how the Brownsburg coaching staff feels about this loss, how the players, especially the seniors, are feeling about this.
To begin the year with a goal line.
Yeah, Ben Davis going back, or officially I say, how the coaching staff feels, the players feel. Ben Davis beats Cathedral with a goal line stand to start the season at Lucas Oil Stadium this year also.
Yeah, and one of the greatest high school football games you'll ever see played anywhere. It was an absolute privilege to bring it to everyone, both on XRB Radio 1610 AM in Brownsburg and on the highschoolcube.com. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Very disappointing for Brownsburg, a game that they led the entire game or never trailed until the final buzzer, and ultimately that's all that matters. The Bulldogs will fall to 30. They'll fall 38-31 tonight to Ben Davis. The Brownsburg will end the year with a 9-2 record, and Ben Davis will advance. Credit to them. They are now 9-2 on the year as well. So both teams have the same record. And we will have that game for you next week from Avon High School, as Avon, of course, one of our other clients with Audio Sports Online, and we will be out there at the stadium bringing that game to you on Audio Sports Online. Troy, your final thoughts?
Well, again, I know we've said it. I don't want to mean to be cliche, but a tale of two complete halves, and really a tale of 3 quarters versus 1 quarter. Brownsburg dominates the first half. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They played great on defense. They caught Ben Davis in some turnovers. Ben Davis fumbles on the Brownsburg 2-yard line. That was a 7-point swing, obviously right there in the game. They go into halftime. Ben Davis looks a little bit energized. You get a 67-yard touchdown pass to give him a little bit of life. And then in the fourth quarter, it all falls apart. Ben Davis, like we said, is going to use that athleticism and their speed. That's exactly what happened. And that's how they won this football game in overtime.
All right, I want to thank everybody for another great season, allowing us to broadcast these games. I want to run through those real quick, as this is our final Brownsburg broadcast here. I want to start off thanking Larry Cotter and all the folks at highschoolcube.com. It's been a pleasure to bring the video broadcast, a new feature this year, to you. I want to thank Jason Dozier in the Audio Sports Online studios, doing a great job that's allowed me to kind of come out here and have some fun for these Brownsburg games. Also want to thank Shane Ray and all the staff at xrbradio.com. I want to thank the folks that have filled in during the broadcast this year, including Josh Gregory, who did play-by-play of a Brownsburg game that I couldn't be at. Also want to thank Troy, Don Spencer, Dave Richardson, all who came out, Chief of Police Michael Dove as well for filling in at halftime, and thank Andrew Newcomb, who did some camera work for us, and Rick as well. We'll look forward to using him again in the near future too. So Troy, before I sign off here, I want to say thanks a lot for coming out, and I had a blast.
I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of it. I look forward to seeing you again. It's been fun.
All right, Bulldogs fall, ending a great season, 9-2 to Ben Davis, 38-31. We will see you during basketball season, which, Troy, is less than a month away.
It is less than a month away, and then you know what? Pitchers and catchers report February 27th.
That's right. All right, so that's going to do it for us. Thank you very much, everyone who watched or listened to our broadcast this year. We certainly appreciate it. It means a lot to us. Thank you to all of our sponsors that made the broadcast possible for the community this year. So thank you very much. That's going to do it for us tonight. Until next time, until basketball season, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great evening.